Oh boy. With you two guys, they're just like, you know what? Here you go. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Quick mic test just to make sure you guys can hear us before we go ahead and start our Dokkan section first. Testing. How's it going? Everyone can hear us?
Hello, people.
Hello.
Hello.
Ohio.
Whoa. Only I can say that. It's actually morning here. It's nighttime for you guys.
How do you know? You don't know what time. Where am I right now? You don't know. I could be somewhere.
Hello?
Did you really make the flight all the way out here to Japan, Truth?
Maybe. Well, yeah. I'm in quarantine right now, right? I'm in my 2-week quarantine.
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
Right.
It seems like everybody can hear us. Okay. Yeah, nice voice crack. I know, right? Yeah. Hey, it's morning. I have an excuse, okay? So, all right, guys. So, we're back for episode number 34 here. I cannot believe we've been doing 34 podcasts already. It's absolutely nuts. So, if you guys haven't joined us for the first time, then as you guys know, we do Dokkan first. So, we're going to be talking with the guys that you currently see on the screen. So, you got me, Goresh, Nolar, and Truth. And then I'll be changing the screen to represent the Legends group that will be talking. Although we did have a couple of last minute changes, so the picture will have a couple of crossouts and everything. But regardless, today we're going to be talking about where are our episode topics.
Well,
Here we go.
Just Dokkan, now global. We always start with global, and you guys are well in the full swing of your anniversary. You got another week left on the 3+1? I want to say.
Yeah, I think it's exactly
right.
7 days left.
Yep.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Not much to say about the anniversary, right? Like, there's nothing different than.
I think tomorrow we'll be getting part 2 information, and I saw some people speculating over on Twitter. Oh yeah, like are we getting like Chain Battle or Extreme Super Battle Road, stuff like that? And I would say that's going to be more of a part 3 thing, just because I think if they were going to do that in part 2, we would see like a coming soon thing in the news for it by now.
Some kind of preview, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, unless they're going to just put it in the news tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, then I'm going to say probably part 3 for one of those two, if not both. I don't think both is coming, but we'll see what they end up doing. But part 2, I believe, is going to be just the extra stages added to the story events. We got the EZAs as well for the the Kid Goku, the Kid Raditz and Vegeta, and then also the Kid Broly. Zamasu awakens to an LR, and then what else we got? I think that's it. Like what else are they adding? And then the Legendary Summon Banner, which is coming I think a week from today or tomorrow or something. So
yeah, it's apparently supposed to drop on the 27th. So. Oh wow.
That lines up too, because that's right when I think the 3+1 ends. By the way,
it's super weird too, because it's like I know I already saw people upset, like, oh, why is it Global's anniversary, but JP's got more going on, and it is like, like Jiren dropped like 2 days ago, and then Gohan is going to drop like the day after that Double Rates banner, so it's like JP's getting like more summonable units at the same time, right? Like, I need the game to sync up. Boom. Let's go.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if they would actually finally do that, but I personally don't see that. So we'll have to wait and see, though.
Well, I always thought when I was first playing, I always thought that when I was playing Global, JP, even if Global was getting some nice big celebration, they would always throw something to be like, oh, look, the JP players get something nice too, if not nicer, So like the fact that, yeah, it's Global's anniversary, but we're getting Tanabata celebrations, which has a lot going on. Plus, we're going to have Gohan soon. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame Global players feeling that way, because it feels somewhat intentional by JP to be like, yeah, Global's getting some nice stuff, but we're getting some nice stuff too, if not better.
I love this. They're talking about Jiren in Extreme Super Battle Road and how he takes almost 50k from normals in there.
Yeah.
Rainbow Jiren is taking 50K.
We'll get there. We'll get there with JP. So because Jiren is a topic. He is a topic to himself, basically.
Yeah, he is.
I think as far as global goes, I think a lot of people look at JP and they're like, oh my god, like Jiren is so cool. Like Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta are so cool, but it's like they're only cool because they're new, right? I mean, the only reason why people are like, oh yeah, global's like whatever, is because this stuff happened 5 months ago, 5.5 months ago on JP,
right?
And that's the reason why people feel like that. Even though, I mean, if this was, let's say this Blue Fusion anniversary didn't happen on JP, and this was sort of like a good This is sort of like a split. Literally, like it wouldn't even be close. Like Global would be infinitely more hype than JP. But the only reason why it's not is because this has happened before already.
Yep,
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, UI Goku to me feels like, as I'm using him more, and like he was really a testament to like that level of like super hype, but he was actually global first, right? Like,
Yeah. I think because like of all the global first cards that came out, I think UI Goku is the only one that feels really special. You know what I mean? Like Hit is kind of at Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, as much as people love him, I think he's just mid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so UI Goku feels like, okay, now that's special. And actually playing him on JP is like, yeah, if this was first on global, I would have been super, super stoked, you know?
Yep. Nope. I think we all definitely agree on that. So
Yeah, it's a timing issue, I think.
yeah, no, definitely. It definitely is. So but yeah, I think we've covered pretty much everything from global already. Earlier you guys were talking about how part 3 you're expecting, obviously the EZA for the LR, and then potentially Extreme Super Battle Road, or is that confirmed already? I haven't seen any.
No, it's not confirmed, but I think it's going to be either Extreme Super Battle Road or Chain Battle.
Okay.
The thing for me is they have the Chain Battle like secret treasure chest menu in the Baba shop.
Right.
So like how long are they going to leave that there?
In the news, like they were actually mentioned in the news.
Yeah, it mentions Chain Battle. It's like coming soon, like Chain Battle. It's like what? How much are you going to allude to this mode without actually releasing it?
I have to imagine it has to come out before the download celebration, because there's no way like the download celebration is going to happen without them including at least the Chain Battle in there. So I would think it's going to come on global before the download celebration. So
and also in addition to that, keep in mind that JP is about to get 10 extra Super Battle Road stages.
Yep.
So you're telling me JP is about to get those and Extreme Super Battle Road, and then before Global even gets the Extreme Super Battle Road, that's a little bit weird.
Now here's the thing: so like the last 10 category stages did come to global at the same time. I would not be shocked if they came to global at the same time, right? Just 10 more category stages. I don't see why they wouldn't. The only thing that's gonna, skipping a JP, like the link system though, like if these 10 new stages are balanced for the new link system,
yeah, they'll be waiting a while.
Harder. So
yeah.
Well, go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say we're jumping a little bit ahead, but we're getting a new LR out of it too, right? So that could be a reason why Global doesn't get it at the same time. I don't think it's a good reason, but if that's one justification, I guess. But again, like you said, if it's balanced around the Link Awakening system, which we'll get to, it'll be really rough for Global for sure.
Well, it depends also if the V jump was technically telling the truth. And what I mean by that is, remember when Extreme Super Battle Road was shown in the V jump and then it didn't come out until March? Maybe the same thing happens here. It's coming, but it will happen for the 350 million download celebration, because that is generally at late August. Again, just a thought. It's not confirmed or anything. Just
that's what I was getting at.
It wouldn't be surprise. It wouldn't surprise me. So
part 3 for global, by the way, should start on the is there 31 days in July? I have no idea. Yeah, it's either first is when part 3 will start. That's when LR Goku Black gets his EZA, and so we'll probably know around when the banner drops if global is going to get Extreme Super Battle Road or Chain Battle for part 3.
That's also something like, do you think they would release those 10 category stages for global before Extreme Super Battle Road comes to global?
I do, absolutely, because they're just completely different things. It's not, because I imagine that because category Super Battle Road, the enemies are way tankier. Like, again, I've been playing around with Jiren. I can get Jiren's active skill in category Super Battle Road. I can't in Extreme. It's too quick. They kill you instantly, you kill them instantly, is how it works.
Yeah.
Category is completely different. So they could easily just drop those 10. Plus, the Extreme stages, it's a completely separate event. Whereas the category ones are probably just going to add into the OG event.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it literally said stages 31 to 40.
Yep. So.
Okay, then.
Right.
So I believe that's it for global then. So if we just go straight into JP. Oh boy, lots of stuff to talk about. All right, let's just go down the list, literally. LR Full Power Jiren. Have you guys used them? Obviously, I know you guys have. Thoughts on him? Personally, I have taken him into the Universal Survival Saga Super Battle Road, because clearly I don't have him, so I can't bring him into Super Tech because he doesn't actually support tech.
Boost. Yeah.
So I brought him in there as a friend, and excuse my French, what the fuck is that character on that stage? Holy crap, Jesus.
A full super tech team. It's just not very good.
You know, I tried it. I 13 times today. It was just not fun. It's not fun.
It's not very good.
Wait. Hold on. Just to interject real quick. Do you know that the tech farmable Jiren?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It says when he has 10 ki or more, he has 50% damage reduction, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't kick in until he supers.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Correct.
Yeah, most of those mechanics do not kick in until after you've initiated your attack. Same thing happens with the STR free to play, Android 13, and other cards like that. So.
EGL Vegito, the god.
Yep, that one too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So, yeah, I wasn't crazy. I was like, this doesn't kick until post supering. Okay. All right. So, anyways, finish your thoughts on Jiren.
So yeah, I took him into so Universal Survival Saga Super Battle Road, had him on rotation with God Toppo, because God Toppo, we'll get into that in a bit here, but his EZA is amazing. And he just casually hitting 7 million attack stat, no problem, just one-shotting characters for neutral typing. Yeah, just the normal stuff you'd expect, right? Yeah.
Yep.
He's pretty good. I think he's pretty good.
Oh man. All right. So how many stones was it for you, Truth? To the rainbow? Was it 4K or 3.5?
It was like 3,600 or somewhere in there. It wasn't.
Okay, it wasn't bad for me either. It was 4.1 for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't count how many featured units. Whatever. It doesn't matter at this point. But
the only thing I know is I did get like 7 or 8 champas. I did catch that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah,
I got a ton of dispos. That's what I remember. I was like, why am I getting like 8 dispos right now?
I've only gotten. I think I might have gotten like only 2 of him actually.
Yeah. All right. So getting back to the topic of Jiren. I've run him on USS Super Battle Road, Realm of Gods. I've tried to do the the Super Tech Extreme Super Battle Road, but I was doing the wonky, like I said earlier, the whole USS Super Tech, just crash. Didn't run really well. But dude, he's amazing.
Sorry, but no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, in general, he hits hard. He hits really hard. Like that's what he does.
Yep.
And I also took him on U6 IDHB Infinite Dragon Ball History. It'll be up in a couple days. That stage after the 4th boss, you can't stun, lower attack, or lower defense. So I want to see how good he was when he doesn't have that extra super effective boost to him, or even the auto crit. He did fine. Like he instead of 6 million, he was hitting for like 3.5. So
oh no, 3.5 million. Oh my gosh. People are going crazy in the comments right now, just going like, oh, he's garbage now.
Yeah, so honestly, he's fine. I like what Goresh was saying on Twitter. Is just that's pretty much it. He just hits hard.
Caveman hit
all you
hard.
got to him. Yeah, it's true.
Collect keys here. Me hit hard.
You don't even need to collect keys here. If you're running U11, like you're like
you don't even
He does start out with the 18 key super very often.
Yep.
But Extreme Super Battle Road is the #1 case of why the friend system sucks ass, because there's not a single stage in there pretty much where you're not better off running on the 50% supports are like who you want to run as like the leader and friend pretty much. Like across the board. And like you just can't do that. So like it's some of these typings like physical, and I think tech is another one, they just don't have good leaders for those stages, which makes it very wonky to go in there.
Yep, definitely.
I mean, the best I could find was basically Trunks, right? Super 3-key 120.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was running Tiana's lead and Trunks as friend.
Yeah, and I mean, still wasn't good though. It was still really wonky. So, but yeah, I'm on the other Super Battle Roads besides Extreme Super Battle Road, like the regular ones, the categories. He's fine, like totally fine.
Oh yeah, dude, you don't have to activate any items, especially with God Toppo around. You're just like, nope, don't have to deal with anything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you really wanted to just get the active skill, turn 1, if there's like 5 attacks, you throw him on the first slot. He tanks fine, right? Then
he tanks just fine. Yeah.
I mean, I found that in truth, he does kill everything instantly, so it actually is pretty hard to get his active skill, I found, because everything's
if you get, I found unfortunately this is all RNG based now. The best way is that you need to make sure there's a ton of attacks before you get your first attack off, and then you can get his active skill off by the third turn usually, but sometimes you've already finished the battle. So again, it's a lot of RNG when it comes to that. So
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you ran Realm of Gods, right? Truth with him on Super Battle Road.
That's the only category 1 I've done so far.
Okay. Did you?
you're gonna have fun.
UI
You're gonna have fun with
Goku?
USS. You're gonna have fun with USS.
Yeah, USS is stupid. What did you do? UI Goku, Blue Boys on one rotation, and then God Toppo and Jiren on the other?
I did Beerus and Whis on a rotation.
Okay, that's a good one.
And then I like running Jiren and UI Goku. Yeah. They're such a crazy combo because they share all the important shit. So it's just like,
Yeah.
it's just GG.
That it is.
I don't know.
That it is.
Goku and Vegeta have the same they have that same foursome of the link sets of Godly Power, Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. And it's hilarious because they're just going to get better when Legendary Power gets updated.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is something we'll talk about soon. Any thoughts, Goresh, on Full Power Jiren other than Caveman?
He's good. He's probably a top 4, 3, 2, 1 unit in the game. Every single mode he's good. I mean, there isn't a single mode you could bring him in that he's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He introduces the Universal 11 team and instantly makes it like one of the best teams in the game.
Mhm.
I don't know. He's Jiren.
Yeah.
I'm here. That's literally what.
Yep.
Hello, I'm Jiren. Like he literally like. It's weird because I saw a lot of people. This was months and months ago. At this point, people were like, "Oh, like they wouldn't like release Jiren for a Legendary Summon banner." Because I originally posted on Twitter, I was like, "Look, they're not going to release Jiren for like a Dokkan Fest exclusive during a big celebration just because he's not popular enough." And I said, like months ago, that I think it's more likely that they release him just during like one of these regular Legendary Summon banners like they did with the UI Omen Goku, right? He's, by the way, like 10, 20, 30 times more popular than Jiren is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. People were like, no way, like blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. I feel like he's not as popular as like these other characters that are going to release. So that's why they just went ahead and were like, okay, let's just make him 200% attack and defense and just like super effective against all types, not take any damage, just instantly become the best leader for like Universe Survival Saga. So,
Auto crit.
Yeah, auto crit, stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know. He's insane. Like he's an insanely good unit. I never said he wasn't.
The thing with Jiren is like I thought that like 6th-year anniversary they could easily do him as one of the 2 banners because all of the hype is on Goku anyway, right? Like it's like the same reason why I think Bojack is going to be a strong dual Dokkan Fest candidate. It's exactly that.
Because everyone wants Gohan. There would be something for that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that kind of gives them an excuse to make it, make the quote unquote unpopular second banner card, just completely crazy. So, but yeah, it's always interesting in my personal opinion just to see what they do with certain dual Dokkan Fests, just because it's like it'd be really cool to see it, but then everyone will only summon for one. I mean, everyone is saying that 350 million download celebration probably going to be GT or it's going to be Buu Saga. It's really hard to say, obviously, until we actually start to really see some information. But regardless, if GT does happen and you get what everyone wants, the LR Transforming Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the LR, Sin to Omega Shenron type thing, let's be honest, who's everyone going to summon for? Gogeta. We saw it happen with the physical Omega and the Tech Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. Same thing will happen when we get the LR versions of those guys. So
yeah, but you can't tell. Like if the game hits #1 top grossing, you can't be like, oh, it's because everybody's summoned for this character, not the other character. Like obviously, everyone's always going to summon more for the super class character. Yeah, that's just how it is.
Yeah, no, that always happens.
Yeah, it's impossible to say like, oh yeah, this guy sold way more than this other guy because
that you're never going to see. I'm just saying generally, people, just because of how we've seen through the game's history, people are more likely to summon for the super type than the extreme type. Just
unless you're me.
Well, yeah.
but that's the thing too, right? Because like even though if it's a dual Dokkan Fest and it's a super versus extreme, they tend to make the extreme super ridiculous in order to entice you to summon on it. Like I liked Omega Shenron. The fact that he debuffed people, like I was like, oh, I really want that card. I'm not as hyped to summon for him, but as like clearly card mechanics, I'm like, he's probably got the better hit. It's just Gogeta is Gogeta, and he's got a little more flash to him, right?
Right.
So that's the thing where I feel like they to make these units sell if they're not like fueled by hype is they got to make it broken, and this is like the prime example of that statement, right? Like Jiren, I mean, he may be popular to you guys, but in general, I don't think he's that popular.
You didn't hit
And-
top grossing, right? The Spanner didn't hit it.
No, we didn't hit top grossing. We started climbing, but I don't think we hit it. So,
By the way,
that's-
base form Bardock hit top grossing back in the day when he was a legendary summon banner. Just letting you know.
Yep.
that's true.
Yeah, Lord Slug got top grossing.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, he hits really hard. He's a good unit. It's just there's nothing dynamic about him, and that's my only issue with it. Like I wish, like the 200% unconditional attack and defense already it kind of speaks volumes about that. You know what I mean? Like they just make him hit hard. If there was any other way to make the mechanics interesting, someone on one of my videos today was commenting like, what did I think I could make him interesting? I would have been like, all right, 150 attack and defense, and then depending on the slots he's in, as in the depending on the number of attacks on the slot he's in, that's how much extra attack and defense, no cap, he gets for that turn. But any other attacks in the other slots that he's not in takes away his attack and defense because he wants like my thought is he's the number one, he's like the strongest willed, everyone wants to fight him, so hit me, I'll take and I'll get stronger, but you attack my people, I don't care about them, but you know, whatever, there's got to be some detriment. So if that was a unique mechanic, I would have totally been way happier about it, because then that changes rotations. It's like, okay, do I put him on slot 1? Slot 2 is where there's more of the attacks, so I'll put him there. You know, here is just kind of like, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
Hold on. Somebody in the chat just said something about a poll. Yeah, Jiren was voted number 3 in popularity in VJump in 2018. That was also literally right when the arc was going on. So that's why.
Yeah. I don't know what you've seen personally, Goresh, and any kind of like Twitter feeds or anything like that, but Jiren's really not that popular anymore over here in Japan.
Well, definitely not. Even on YouTube comments, I see all the time.
Yeah.
Japanese people are just like, I don't care.
Yeah, a lot of people I've seen just don't particularly care about him anymore. So
I mean, he had a very uninteresting like his backstory ended up being like really like fodder. Like it's just like, oh, it's kind of sucks.
yeah.
I feel like I took away a lot of the, and it's just like he's just like, yeah, I'm just strong. Like I just was like,
Yeah.
I'm strong. Like
Yeah, he was just popular at the time because it was a way for like UI to be so much better, I guess, as like a way to overcome the obstacle, right?
Yeah,
and
pretty
like,
much.
yeah.
not knowing what his backstory was made it better. And so once you found out, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah,
need a backstory. He could have just been like the mysterious, like strong character. That would have been cool.
It would have been better.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I think, well, all JP people, when they think of Jiren, they just think, oh, UI Goku, right? They just, they don't care about Jiren. They just think, oh, UI Goku, right?
Oh yeah. Literally on Jiren's Twitter reveal post, everybody's like UI Goku question mark. Like the entire Japanese fan base was like,
Yeah.
oh, is this
Yep.
UI Goku coming? Like,
I
that was all
noticed
they
that,
cared about.
yep.
They didn't even care. They didn't even comment about Jiren. They just commented about UI Goku coming after Jiren.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
okay.
I saw that. There's a pretty popular JP Dokkan YouTuber over here, and he started doing these like 2-minute preview type things where he quickly talks about it. His entire comment section is nothing but UI Goku, UI Goku.
Yeah.
So
Oh, man.
yeah, it the way it goes, I guess. So all right,
Okay.
any other final comments, or are we just gonna move on to the EZAs now, who have been pretty good so far, it seems?
Yeah, I think that's it for Jiren on my end.
All right. So I think we can kind of combo them together. AGL Dyspo EZA and STR God Toppo EZA. Dude, Toppo EZA, yes. Awesome. Love it. Love the updates. I don't have any complaints about it. I literally don't. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really
He's
good.
great. He's really good.
Yeah, he's made to be best partners with Full Power Jiren, right? And you got to put them together on rotation. You definitely got to put Toppo in slot 1 just to make sure he gets that 30% extra support when he supers. But then before, you'd be like, well, he's gonna eat a lot of damage, but here, right, he tanks fine. So Yeah, dude. Really pleasantly surprised with the EZA.
Yeah. Dyspo, on the other hand, I mean, obviously the EZA is good, I think. I haven't tested him out on a longer event, which I'm assuming is obviously his bread and butter. But kind of the same thing I said way before when the EZA was originally announced. I said he's going to fall in comparison to Toppo simply because he's on two categories?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much one category. I mean, Universe 11, you have to run it under the LR Jiren at this point right now. And special poses is just, yeah.
We don't talk about special pose.
We don't talk about that. We don't mention that. So I think that just automatically was going to hold him back no matter what. So
I think, Dispo is really good in long events, which is fine. I feel like if you have units that are just specifically designed to be good in certain types of events instead of just every single event like Jiren or LR UI Goku, I think that's fine, right? You're gonna have there's like literally like 1,000 cards in this game now.
Right.
If some are better in certain events and not good in others, that's fine. Like you have other options if you want to run other events, right? I don't see a problem there.
Yeah, like all the Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas, right? You have a different Vegeta for each event. That is good.
Yeah.
So
Dispo is really good for the long events. I took U11 against U6 Infinite Dragon Ball History, and his Kaioken mechanic isn't when he supers; it's when he shows up, right? So you need to have the fight go really long in order to really bring out his power, right? So yeah, he did fine. Again, 60% dodge is decent, but the problem is when he gets hit, it's okay after you started supering a couple times because he starts to build 50% attack and defense for 3 turns or 6 turns when he supers, something like that. So once you get a couple supers in him, if he doesn't dodge, you're not going to die. But that first couple turns, you're like, okay, please dodge, please dodge. Yeah, he's good, but again, since he's limited in categories and he's really made for longer events, his usage scale is pretty low compared to Toppo. Toppo's going to be used for everything.
yeah,
Realm of God needs to keep one of the better supports. I mean, there's a lot of supports. Like, not like really Realm of Gods need help, but you have options for days on what you can bring. So
right. Yep. Exactly. So yeah, I think everyone saw it and was like, oh, hey, look, good EZA, but just again, you're not really gonna use him that much just because of his limitations about the teams, and so yeah. I don't know where Truth is right now. He seems to be randomly speaking to somebody. He must be having us muted right now and trying to figure something else out. So
I'm right here. Tell me, what do you mean?
Dude, your icon has been lighting up for the last like 15 minutes, but no voice is coming out. So
you know what it is? Because he's got his speakers on, so the speakers kind of go to the mic. That's what it is.
I wait for my moments to cut in. What do you mean?
All right. I didn't know if this was going to turn into a thing where you show up and you come in and you leave and then you're back like 10 minutes before it ends. So, all right. LR Super Saiyan Goku EZA.
Before we get to that, I forgot to put one down. The physical casserole, the one we can farm.
Oh, that free to play card. Yeah.
Yeah. He's really good.
Yeah, because he stacks defense and he's a support unit, right?
Yes.
I haven't actually farmed him up yet.
Voiced by Joseph Joestar, which gives me all I need.
I mean, did you run him on the long event yet, Truth?
I haven't, no.
Okay, like I said, I only did that one U6 versus U11 versus U6. But once I started stacking that defense, like I put him and Dyspo together. Casserole sat in the front to take all the damage, and then Dyspo was just there to stack attack and whatnot. But that's a good combo right there when you're doing a long event. One stacking defense, the other one stacking attack, and like one's gonna take all the damage and one's gonna dish all it out. So yeah, Casserole's really good, man. They really I guess they had to because there weren't that many U11 cards to begin with, right? So
right, yeah,
they had to really flesh out the category. So
I'm sad to let that my boy Boo on from that card.
Well, when we get a Dokkan Fest U11 lead, he'll probably come out as the SSR.
It'll be an LR Boo on.
There we go.
You threw off the stage, the alligator orange guy.
Yep. Mr. Alligator.
Yeah, so I forgot to write that down, but I just wanted to make people know, like, farm that guy if you're playing JP because he's really, really good.
Alrighty, so now that we covered that guy, LR Super Saiyan Goku EZA, based on what we've seen via the data downloads and Truth, I believe you showed him off on your channel already. I think I speak for everyone when I say obvious that it's a much improvement over what he used to be.
Yeah. We're good.
I actually really like the way they designed him
Mhm.
because it's implementing something we haven't seen before, which is giving ki on attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also his super attack also gives crit, which is something we haven't seen either.
Yeah, we haven't seen that
Wait,
before
okay.
yet.
So here's a question: is it crit to him or just him, right? Not the whole team on the rotation?
I think it's the whole rotation, isn't it?
Oh, it's the whole
Yeah, it's
rotation.
for the
Okay.
rotation. Yeah, because it's what is it, 35% attack to the allies, and then it's also crit.
Percent crit,
Yeah.
10%
So
crit, I think.
yep. So
I
that's
mean,
pretty good.
Yeah, because I believe those two parts of his kit are the first time we're seeing those on a unit in this game.
Right.
Yep.
So stuff like that I love to see because they're experimenting with new things to do. And specifically that thing where he gives ki on attack, because from there that could open the door for a lot of other things too. Like what if I don't know, they come out with a support unit where every time, like let's say they attack in the first slot, obviously it doesn't, you don't have to attack in the first slot, but you want them to because you're giving the buff,
Giving
right?
keys. Yeah.
So what if instead of ki, like when you attack, you give the rest of your rotation like crit or additional or dodge? Like that could be cool.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, the thing is because they basically built the LR EZA that you have to put him in the first slot, right? Because doesn't he get an extra boost in the first slot? I can't remember, or maybe I'm misinterpreting it.
He does get a boost. I forget what it was. I think it's he gets 3 ki in the first slot. I think
Yeah,
that's what
it's
it is.
3 key in the first slot, if I remember correctly.
So and the fact that he doesn't have many good key links, right? Like they didn't change his key links, right? So or
Unfortunately.
his link set, I should say. So you really want him in the first slot, so he gets that extra 3 key, and when he supers, he gives out that 3 key and 10% crit, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm with you, Goresh. I'm happy that they're trying something different, something new. Like you said, opens the doors. Doesn't have to be like when they did the Broly trio, I was like, okay, they're really thinking outside the box. Even LR into Rose, you getting attack based on the key meter. That was the first new mechanic, right? And we haven't seen that back yet. What would be cool is if it's like get defense or dodge or additional attack on top of like 100% attack and defense, and then you get additional dodge based on your key meter. That's a cool concept to me. So yeah, I'm happy with the way it is. Just how long is it? Another like 4 or 5 days?
I
think it's like 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 days.
22nd, right?
22nd.
Yeah. So 3 days for you.
3
now.
days. Yeah, 3 days. 3 days here in Japan. So yeah.
For us, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited. So nothing else to say about that.
And then we've got a very unexpected EZA that maybe some people called, but I personally didn't see anything about it. LR 1000 Day Goku EZA. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's probably the best free-to-play unit in the game.
No, really?
Yeah, quite good.
Oh, wow. I did not expect that. I'm not gonna lie.
Did we figure out that the way to get the EZA medals yet, or is it actually 2,000 day login?
It might actually.
I think it might be 2000 day
2000 day.
login. Yeah, I haven't seen anything to suggest otherwise.
Yeah, if it was EZA, there would be some kind of the marker, EZA marker on it, wouldn't there?
Right.
So and there was nothing.
It could be a login bonus for the celebration, though, right?
It could be.
yeah.
Yeah. If it is, then hell yeah.
It's true.
Otherwise, I got 300 days left. So.
Shit, I just hit like 1400, so like another 600 days, like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Same with me too. Yeah, I just hit like 1450.
Yikes.
Yikes. Yeah.
If it is 2000 days, that's
a rip. That's a rip. But I do like Goresh's idea about how potentially it could be a login bonus. I think that'd be the smarter move personally. Will it happen? Hard to say.
Well, but here's the thing: login bonus for just like a campaign thing. Is that what you're saying, Goresh?
Yeah, for the celebration. Yeah.
Well, so the downside to that would be then when would new players who missed the campaign celebration get the battles? Or is it just strictly time limited, only for these people that are playing currently, that kind of thing?
It could be
I
that.
guess so.
Yeah.
Just
It's hard
strike,
to
just like the Kobito strike event.
say.
Or Piccolo Jr.?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I don't have those characters, so.
Okay, I was thinking if 350 is actually like a Buu saga, could they bring back a Kobito strike event?
Finally
Right?
finally update it and everything.
I've given up hope, like at this point.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So I mean, I'm surprised. Just getting back on topic on 1K 1000 Day Goku. I mean, I'm shocked like you guys are. But yeah, it's a good kit. It's a really good kit.
It's pretty good,
for
yeah.
sure.
That's, you know, attack, defense, crit, healing. I mean, the only thing they didn't include was dodge. So
Yeah. Well, when you have that much defense going to you, I think you'll be okay.
I don't think you even need it. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Leader skills pretty insane too. 120% 3 to all types.
Oh, yep. That's definitely pretty good. So
I'm gonna be seeing EZA 1000 Day Gokus in World Tournament as leads. I swear.
oh, it's gonna happen, dude.
He's still the most common damn leader right now.
Oh, I
It's
know.
Like him and LR Vegito Blue, it's so annoying. Like,
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
definitely. For me at least, the one I see more than anybody else is LR AGL Gohan.
Yep.
I see him a lot
Yep.
too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, Kamehameha, like a lot of people like to run that team. So yeah. But again, they just need to fix the damn friend system. You know, that's all they got to do. Just fix it.
Yep, it definitely would be. All right, moving on to the next topic then. V-Jump, Ultimate Gohan active skill. Now, Nolar and I talked about this in a video that I released yesterday, or technically this morning, I guess, for a lot of people. And has the potential to be pretty good, but most past Gohans have kind of gotten a shaft. So I don't know what to really expect from this guy. Why don't we just go ahead and start with you, Truth? What do you think about Ultimate Gohan's potential, or what do you think is going to happen to him?
oh, it's super easy. Here we go. Here's all we do, right? Check this out. Cooler. Just make a SCR cooler.
That's what I said. Yeah, for the Blue Saga.
That's what I do. Because Cooler doesn't have shocking speed or any of those common key links. I mean, he's got the strongest clan in space.
Yeah,
But that's it. Boom. There you go. Gohan is good. That's all they have to do.
pretty much. But Team A could come in.
But then how would you build him post active?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things Nolar and I talked about was that we looked at all of the Kai Gi Gohan, so like the physical support one, the STR World Tournament one, and then there's that free to play one that you can farm up. And a lot of his links are not very good. Like, we obviously know he's going to get Fierce Battle. He'll probably get Revival because the STR one and the physical one have that key link, so he's probably going to get that. But a lot of his other links are really not that good.
What's interesting is if he'll be on Resurrected Warriors or not, because I know the physical support one is, right?
I would assume he would be, yeah. Because he's the original card, and then it's an active skill transformation, so he should be on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All cards don't, when they, like, if you transform into Ultimate Gohan, clearly Ultimate Gohan's not in Resurrected Warriors, but because the Kai outfit Gohan is, he'll still be in the category, right? Because they don't lose categories.
Right,
So,
exactly.
If he does get it, which I imagine he would, then Ultimate Gohan's in Resurrected Warriors. But yeah. Anyways, continue what you were saying.
So obviously the rest of his links are kind of to be honest. And then I think most people are guessing, and I think we're all probably saying the same thing, that when he transforms, he will probably lose the revival link and get shocking speed. Just because pretty much every Ultimate Gohan has shocking speed, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
He does.
I really hope he has Ki in his passive. That's all I'm gonna say. I really hope he has Ki in his passive.
they like to do that with some of these Dokkan Fests now. They'll take like, Future Gohan doesn't have Prepare for Battle, Cooler doesn't have Shocking Speed, so we'll see. But if they just make him like Cooler or Future Gohan or Android 13, he should be fine.
Right.
Well, if they do make him like cooler, what you could do is you could just run a rotation of him post-active and pre-active.
Yep, exactly. Yep. That would be pretty good.
I think Talon I said, or at least I said in his thing, that I wanted Kai outfit Gohan to stack defense, medium chance to stun, and then whatever for passive. But then when you active skill, however they want to implement the active skill, I have no clue. Right? It could be. I don't think it's an HP restriction. I think it's going to be more like 4 turns, or 4 or 5 turns, or unless you're facing off a Majin Buu Saga category enemy where you can just active right from the get-go. And then, of course, he's going to have the Kaioken mechanic, stack attack, when he's Ultimate Gohan. Again, probably medium chance to stun, and then whatever else you want to add to his passive, because we've got so many different versions of Ultimate Gohans that I don't know if they're going to base any off any of those.
Our track record for Gohan active skills isn't too good. So.
No.
That's an understatement if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully, again, I know it's Akatsuki and you never know what's going to happen, but there should not be any HP restriction for Ultimate Gohan. There really should not be.
Yeah, he literally shows up and he's like, all right, you're dead. And he transforms.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Akatsuki, don't do it.
What if they just made no restriction? They just said, they were like, you can transform turn 1 if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume if they do that, though, they would have to then obviously make the pre-transformation form of him, somewhat enticing, like either as a support unit or something.
Yeah, that's the whole point of making it a different, fulfill a different role, right? Like for Cooler, you could leave him as a support, or if you want a hard hitter, you can transform him. So I feel like in that case, there really is no downside to just having no restriction. Because you have to choose whether or not it's not like one is objectively better than the other one.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's just
conditional.
Yeah.
No,
I'm all for that. It's just for some reason, other than like Rian like transforming immediately just because you want to. I don't know. I don't think of anything that can go turn 1. Right? There's nothing else.
There's no Ribrian and the free-to-play Great Saiyaman, I believe, are the only 2 that transform right away.
And then our boy Bardock against Wicked Bloodlines, right?
Oh, well, yeah, if you have them there.
But that's conditional, though, because that means against Wicked Bloodline. I mean, like, just no matter what happens, they transform. Like what Goresh is saying, and I don't think we ever had that before, which would be cool, because it's basically 2 cards in 1, right?
Yeah.
So you can have an option to, if he's going to be a support or a defender, like in my mind, and make him more of a defender type of card, and then transform into like support or transform it into a hard hitter, mostly a hard hitter because everyone likes big numbers, right?
Right.
To me, that's what the value of an active skill transformation is, as opposed to just a regular transformation mechanic. Because for regular transformation mechanic units, most of the time, I think the biggest exception comes to mind is Android 13. They're just keeping the same role that they had, but they're just better post transformation.
Right.
But for active skills, you have a lot more freedom to make the post transformation card a different role, so that you can choose. Okay, I want this role, so I'm not gonna transform, or I do want this role, so I am gonna transform.
Yeah, I think the difference is that they don't want you to do it on turn 1, even though they're 2 different roles altogether. It's just because you just need to have some waiting and anticipation. Like it's just that waiting. Like, okay, it's gotta be the 5th turn. I gotta wait another turn, and then I can get it off. Like that's to me the only justification for them to be like, yeah, we'll make them wait. We can. Other than that, there's no reason to make you wait. You just go turn 1 because it's 2 different roles. But I guess to them, they just don't want to do that. I don't know. I agree with you. I hope they would do it, but who knows?
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. And then we kind of mentioned it already with the V jump was we talked about this already. The new Super Battle Road stages 31 to 40. It's going to bring a brand new free-to-play LR Goku and Gohan. We have no idea what they do, obviously, because it's just a V jump scan. Categories, we can kind of guess what categories will be there, but they still have yet to give us a World Tournament Super Battle Road stage, obviously for probably obvious reasons with their lack of a leader and everything. But yeah, we should see 10 new categories. Should be fun. Pretty much it on that, I think. Anyone else want to add something to that?
That's kind of it.
The Goku and Bulma is good from last year. Like that's a
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah. No,
And
it's
then
it's definitely a good
Gohan.
LR. Yeah.
Kid Gohan after he got his EZA is solid as well.
Yeah.
So like,
No, definitely.
I'm sure it'll be good.
What if they're what if they're a joined forces support unit?
No, we need one.
Ooh.
That's the thing. We do need one.
Ooh boy,
Oh, man.
that would be.
Because only joint forces card that's supporting is Paragus, but he's only pure Saiyan.
He's pure
Joint
Saiyans.
forces?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you have Gowasu and Zamasu, but they're just key in defense, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, no, yeah. They could be support unit for
What
that.
if they were like a supporting orb changer for joint? Like as long as we were on
Oh,
the rotation with
jeez,
two
that would
other
be.
joint forces units, they changed orbs to rainbow or something.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, we'll talk about
a joint forces orb changer would be super important for Goku and Vegeta. So
the blue boys. They would love that.
Oh my
So-
god, yeah, they would. All right. All right. So then I think the last thing that we have left to kind of cover that has been on, I think, on a lot of people's minds is the link skill leveling system that is coming with update 4.11. We've seen a lot of stuff in the news, and what are your guys' thoughts?
Probably like the biggest change they've ever made in like the past 4 years.
Probably. Just casually, nothing to it.
They just put the thing in the news like, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to be including this like new thing called link leveling. That's like what they did.
They
one
literally,
night.
yeah, they did. Because they put it in the other news. They didn't actually put it in the main news section, and they just put the first two posts about it were in just kind of like the others. So it's like, guys, here you go, something we're doing, and then they finally included it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it was there until somebody posted it on Twitter. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I thought it was a post that somebody like was doing a parody of. Like that's what I thought at first, and people were like commenting on it. I was like, this is actually real.
Yep.
Do you want to give us a quick breakdown on what it is?
Yeah, so there's multiple facets to this. The first one is the overall link leveling system is basically links are going to have levels now, and we're presuming the max level is 10. I don't know if we have confirmation on that yet.
no, I think
That's what the pictures have shown in the general news, but as of real confirmation, I don't think we see it just
no,
yet.
I'm pretty sure they confirmed it in the news from what we saw in this news section.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see that specific post talking about the max level, but I think you could tentatively level 10 is the max.
Mhm.
And the way that you obtain higher link levels is you just play the game. You just beat stages. And they did mention that some stages were excluded from that. And
Yep.
what I took away from that was that like stages like boss rush and stuff, that stages that don't give experience are not going to give link levels.
I see. Okay.
And you're only going to be getting a chance to upgrade them every time you complete a stage.
Yep.
So what I really like about that is it's not like limiting it to something like the skill orb event or the orb event where every day you have to run stages and there's a chance that you do it. You can just like spam state like this. This gives people like me and Nolar, who are rank 999 and basically have nothing else to do in the game, like another thing to do in the game, because we have all these units in our boxes and we're like, okay, guess what? Now we have 4 trillion things to do all of a sudden. But yeah, they're revamping some ways that the links are working in the sense that sometimes you have, units in like the middle slot who are getting like double effects from like key links. That's no longer going to be the case, apparently, according to what was written in the news. And like, it's a lot of changes. And then there's also, in addition to that, the second facet to this is a lot of the existing links in the game are being adjusted in terms of their values. And what their philosophy was behind that was they changed all of the static numbers links. So for example, Saiyan Warrior Race is a flat boost of 700 attack. That is being changed. What is it, 5% attack now?
I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like a lot of those links that were pretty much useless because 700 attack at this point is literally equal to 0 pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so that's basically, it's going to contribute a lot to just units getting straight up buffed from having those links, right? So you talk about a unit like LR Gohan. I mean, he's Kamehameha. I think he has Saiyan Warrior Race as well, and he has legendary power, he's literally getting a 20% buff from those links being changed. So a lot of this is going to add to the power creep of the game, which is why we're all expecting, and why we mentioned this earlier, is this news from Battle Road stages, are they going to be balanced around this new link system? Because if they are, then they should be a lot harder, because these units are literally getting like massive buffs.
I mean, just that initial legendary power on all LRs it's 10% now, right? For legendary power, like when you level it up.
I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, like, and then you look at someone like LR Gohan, who's getting 3 of these new links now. Once you've upgraded those links, at least it's 5% for Kamehameha, 10% for legendary power, and then it was 15% for that Saiyan link. I don't remember. I don't
5% for Saiyan Warrior Race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Pretty good right there. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Like, I think the reason why they buffed legendary power so much is because A, they want people to use LRs because they sell, right?
Yep.
B, it really gives LRs their own fierce battle. So like for free to play LRs, I feel like it's a big change for them.
That's a big change. Yep.
Like even the new Goku, the new EZA tech Goku that's getting the EZA soon, like he gets a 10% attack link now that he didn't have before.
Yep.
So I think a lot of these older LRs are going to benefit too once they start getting their EZAs, just from the fact that this is getting a 10% buff to the link basically. So I don't know. I feel like LRs are pretty much like the future of the game, and they have been for a long time. So I feel like they're really just pushing. We want people to use these guys. You want people to use LRs more so than just regular TURs, because of the fact that, LR banners and like LR Dokkan Fest exclusives, they make the most money for them.
Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree with that.
Okay, so just to interject real quick, so all the flat boost links are now percentage boost based, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
Pretty
they
sure,
did
yeah.
not change any key links. Every single key link was untouched in this update.
Okay, so because I did that quick like math Dokkan calculations video, basically they just eliminated one step, because before, like the way you calculated someone's attack stat, you took in the leader skill, you took in all the passives, like all the random passives you got, then your items, and then it was percent based links followed by flat boost. So now you just lump the flat boost into percent based. So they just eliminated one step for calculations, which the flat boost never gave too much anyways, right? Because 500 attack, 700 attacks, like nothing. So if you get 5%, that's a huge buff, especially when you do the calculations. So just want to make a note, and I'll probably have to tell people, like, yeah, you can just eliminate part of my work here. So
yeah, and then this isn't really too impactful, but one other change that they did was, for a lot of these links that like reduce the defense of an enemy, they made that now all enemies. So if you have, I think it's telekinesis, like reduce the enemy's defense. Now it's all enemies' defense. Yep. So that's one other change, but it's not really super impactful.
Yeah.
It will definitely be interesting to see what they do, or just how it affects the game overall. I'm excited for it.
I just can't wait to finish grinding to 999 while also being able to just level up all these links now.
Yeah,
you're lucky because you get to do both at the same time, whereas someone like me or Nolar, we already have one done, and we're like, okay, I'm jumping back in for this one now.
I was so bummed that you can't do it from Extreme Z Battle, because like that would be cool. Like you want to try, let me try and get a stage 500 here, right? Because at a certain point, Zenny is worthless to us.
It's the same concept of those stages not giving experience, right?
Yeah. And they've had that with missions before. Like a lot of the missions are saying, like, use this amount of act, or use this, use an item, or don't use items. That's what it is. And because EZAs force you not to take any items as it is, those don't count towards those missions. So it's not too surprising that you can't level up your skill links with this, but yeah, I do agree that's a little disappointing at the same time. So
okay, so quick question. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys can answer it. So I imagine if you're leveling like Kamehameha, it's 5%, maybe it's 6%, 7%. That's what the concept is, right? When you're leveling up a link?
I feel like we don't know.
Yeah, we don't really know.
We don't know the details, but what I think is going to happen, I think they're going to try and, that's what I hope they do, maybe implement some new things with the links. Maybe let's just take Saiyan Warrior Race as an example. So Saiyan Warrior Race is now 5% attack link. So every time you level it up, I don't know if it's going to go up by 1% attack because 10% attack's a lot, right?
That is, yeah.
What if instead of that they also gave it like defense, or they gave it maybe like a 1% chance to dodge, or 1%
Yeah, I was thinking
chance to
potential
crit?
system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that I think could be interesting.
That'd be
Well,
super-
what would be cool is if this is the part where customization is awesome, right? Like for the most part, everyone's units are exactly the same until equipment, right? Equipment slots like, hey, I gave this guy more attack, I gave this guy more defense. Like that's where you can differentiate and pick and choose, right? So what if they further went down that path and said, all right, so I'm gonna level up prepare for battle, but for this one, I want to choose two extra percent dodge. And as you level that up, it goes up to a max of 10. So whoever's linked with prepare for battle, they both get an extra 10% dodge. Or another unit, I want to level up prepare for battle. Let's give them more crit because I want them to hit harder. You know what I mean? Like that would be really cool.
That was actually my suggestion that I made in my video too, because I was like, I would like to see more customization with these links, because what if you level up? Let's just use Saiyan Warrior Race as an example. Let's say Saiyan Warrior Race is level 1, you complete a stage, you get to level 2, and it's like, okay, this link is now level 2. You can choose to either give this plus 1% more attack, plus 1% crit, plus 1% additional, plus 1% dodge, and it gives you that choice to upgrade it that way.
Yep.
I think that would be cool because, yeah, like you said, it gives a lot more customization to how they can do. I don't think that's what they're gonna do. I think it's just gonna be you level up this link to level 2. Congratulations, you're getting 1% more attack on the link. That's probably what it's gonna end up being.
Probably, yeah.
And I think for stuff like key links, I think key links are going to be managed differently, because I don't think you're going to level up over in a flash, and at level 10 it's going to give you 13 key. That's not how it's going to work.
It is going to be interesting too, because it's a nerf for some key links, right? Like Tournament of Power is going to be less effective because the character in the middle is not getting both now, right?
That's what it looks like. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we'll have to wait and
that's a
see.
nerf.
I think maybe they can push it up to like 5 key, but then after that it's like, nah, there's like, it can't go higher than that. I think after that they're probably gonna have to switch to 5 key and like 1% attack or something, or 5 key and 2% attack or whatever. They can't make it like 10 key, otherwise, like, what's the point?
Yeah, I think like as much as I want to have, the concept you and I are discussing here, like we'll give like dodge or additional, that would mean that they have to give some UI element where you could see what card your friend, the friend system, like, oh, I'm going to take this friend and let me see what kind of key links he upgraded. You know what I mean? Like you need to be able to see that and then be like, no, I don't want to take him because he's got more dodge. I'm going to take this one because he's got more crit. You know what I mean? Like that's the customization part where I enjoy, but also gives me a little more dilemma of like, okay, well, you've got 100% Jiren, but you have all dodge on his key links. Or,
have fun finding an Android 13 leader with like a specific level up in their key links.
Oh,
right.
God.
He's the first one I'm going to do, you guys, I swear. But yeah, I don't know. Again, we're just speculating here. We're just, spitballing. And I think there's a lot of things we could do, a lot of potential, but knowing them, they'll probably take the path of least resistance and just go with the easy way out, personally.
Probably.
Which is honestly, it's fine. Like nobody asked for this change. Like nobody was like, you know what they should do? They should come out with link levels. Like no, nobody was saying that.
Well, you know what everyone wanted?
The friend system, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 like change, right? Like this is really good. But if they said friend system, I would give 2 shits about this. Just give me the friend system change.
I think the friend system change is coming at some point.
It has to, because it would make them more money. I just it's that simple to me.
If they made this change, this link level change, and then maybe in like November they made the friend system update, like at that point, like what else do you like? I have no other things on my wish list pretty much, like for what this game could do better. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
I agree. Yeah, the most glaring like things that need to be overhauled.
Yeah, like there's the green, yellow, and red list, like we're in order of priority. Like we're talking about like the friends list, so like that's the last thing on the red list.
Yep. And then some quality of life updates, some things they could do but they're not immediate changes. Like this isn't an immediate change. It's a very good change, the link skill levels. But Yeah, if they said friend system first, I'd have been like, screw this. This can wait a year. Just give me the friend system.
Yeah. And then, oh yeah, we forgot to mention this, but you can now see like the status effects on the enemy and the status effects on
Yeah,
you.
dude, I'm super excited for
turn
that one.
counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn counter is good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you can also tap your character and it will show you not only the passive but the links and then also the level. So if you forget to check out what your friend is, or maybe they don't update it right away to check what your friend has done for the links, then you can at least tap the character when they're on the rotation and you can check out what they've done for their links and everything. So
Does that show you defense too? Because what I've been wanting them to do for a long time is instead of having to open your like team menu to see what your defense is, I wanted to just show it on the wheel itself.
Let me check real quick. Hang on.
That would be a really
Yeah.
good change because I need just like, all right, let's open up the team menu to see what my defense is. It's just a stupid thing.
Like
I
not
agree.
looking like it, but we'll have to wait and see when we get the full update. Maybe doesn't look like it, but we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, speaking of icons, okay, I want to hammer this point home. When Jiren gets hit, he gains ki. Does that icon look like a stun? Because it looks like stun to me.
It's
it does a little bit.
It
Yeah.
looks a
Well, you
little
think
bit,
that,
yeah.
What was that, Truth?
I could see why you say that.
Because it's yellow. Okay, I know the shape's a little different, but since it's yellow and it goes by so fast, I'm like, oh, I got stunned. I'm like, wait,
You
well,
get
how did I
stunned
get
every
stunned?
attack by every enemy. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, okay, yo, that's him getting key. But it looks like, okay, if it was any color but yellow, like make it blue, right? Like you're getting key or green. Oh, I'm getting key, I get green, right? Whatever, anything but yellow. It's like, dude, I swear every time, and I say it in all my videos, I was like, oh, I'm getting stunned. Wait, no, that's not stunned. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah, I feel like a dumbass, but dude, it must be the boomer eyes. I swear to God, because that's what I feel like.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I just had to get that off my chest. I think we're good with the main topics, right? I don't think there's anything else for JP.
Nope. We should be getting the Ultimate Gohan and stuff not this upcoming week, but the week after, and then we'll see what happens with the new Super Battle Road stages. A 4.11 should be coming this week, theoretically.
Well, Team Dokkan did say the end of July, so it's. I almost feel like the links. I don't know because they did show it in the news, but I feel like there's a possibility they could come more closer to Gohan than like the Prime Battle EZA.
It could, yeah.
Wait, this are coming with the update, right? The 4.1, whatever the thing is, 4.1.
Yeah, it's in the news, and generally when they show this particular general news kind of post, then we'll get a small little post talking about a long maintenance, and the moment we get that, that's when we know it will be out. So expect that within the next 24 to 48 hours, I would assume, but who knows? It could be another week. Just, it is what it is.
Sometimes they do also tease it on the Twitter a little bit too, so maybe at like 4 a.m. usual time we could see them start to tease it too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, 100%. So, all right. So we've got a bunch of donos real quick. I'm assuming we're just gonna go straight into the questions.
Yes, I'm good with that.
Okay. Everyone else good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. First dono here is from 5 Rules. In what world is taking 23k in Extreme Super Battle Road? No item is bad. Tell me what happens to LR Gohan, LR UI, and LR Blue Fusions when they get smacked for 80k plus.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's also talking about the 3 most difficult stages in the game by far, with nothing coming close. Like any unit in Super AGL, Super Tech, and Super SCR is going to get pimp smacked if they don't have damage reduction and dodge. It's just how it works. No unit goes in there and looks good. They just don't look good ever. That's how it is.
Pretty much.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. All right. Next question. By the way, guys, thank you for everyone who has donated and supports the podcast and everything. Next question is, who do you guys think will be the first summonable LR to EZA will be, or do you think free-to-play LRs only will get it? I'm thinking Majin Vegeta to be the first for 350 million download celebration is themed around the Buu Saga.
Too early, in my opinion. I think we need to go through the free-to-plays, the Prime battles. Like, it'll be, I feel like it's going to be at least a year till we see a summonable LR getting EZA, because like the only EZA LR we've got was 5th year, and now we're getting one for Tanabata. It's been 6 months, right?
Yeah.
So
Plus Gohan from Extreme Subaru.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting about him. But it's just so it's been like one every 3 months or so, right? Like just on average so far. So I feel like we got to go through the LR androids and the future Trunks. You know, like the Frieza. Sorry, Frieza first for that.
Yeah.
So like.
I knew Goresh would react to that.
So like there's so much more to get through before we get to summonables. Summonables are still good. They just need a little defense boost, you know? So yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Next dono comes from Hell. Thank you so much for the donation. Summon results are the K-pop fan cams of Dokkan and Legend communities. Kids love to respond to every tweet with them. Very true, I think. All right.
I mean, that's, it's what they want to do. It's it's fine. It's not a big deal.
All right. Zeno Glossy, if I'm reading that name correctly there. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku is literally just Namek Goku God mode. Sure.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that. It's just the difference is the reason why I love Namek Goku. I know his kid has kind of aged a little bit, at least in my opinion. The reason why I love him is because he led Super Saiyan. All right, and that was the first time him coming out. Like that core category is just awesome, right? So he's got a little special place in my heart in the sense that, like, yeah, he was that unit, but now we have a better Super Saiyan lead, which is, at least to me, the Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku. So
that Namek Goku, he just needs his guard guaranteed on Super Saiyan. That's what he needs to help him out.
yeah,
definitely.
Units that don't have guard, but it's not guaranteed. It's just annoying to run them. Period.
SDR Ultimate Gohan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ultimate Gohan.
Oh, wait, hold on. We just got confirmation that. Well, I just got confirmation that the medals are obtained through a 2000-day login.
Oh God! All right, for Goku.
Twitter. Yeah, hold on. I'll put it in the chat. Hold on. Can I post it in the YouTube chat so everybody can see it?
Yeah,
Sure,
go ahead if you
sure.
want to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
on
mean,
Twitter, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you can see it. It is 2000-day login bonus. Have fun.
How far away are you, Truth?
Oh my God! I gotta check this out. Oh my gosh! It is. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, 3 or more days.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh God. Oh.
Rip all those reroll accounts.
I mean, I think a lot of us were expecting it. Just, we want to have a little bit of a ray of hope, but our dreams have officially been crushed now. So, okay, moving on.
All
right. Guy Face with a $5 donation. I'm fine with global being slow right now. Saves me money at least. ...
Yeah, I mean,
Global is not slow. It's just like okay, hold on. Like, how often do you play Dokkan? Like, I feel like this game is not meant to be played like a console game. It's a collection game, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game. The thing about Dokkan, and this is what I tell everybody, you could play it for 5 minutes while you're taking a dump, or you can play 5 minutes while you're on the checkout line, or you can play for 5 hours if you want to sit down. It's up at your leisure, right? But if you want to do hardcore grinding and get everything done, don't be surprised that content is kind of sparse for a week or two, So it's meant to be played every day for like 20, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, it's something to do, pass the time. But if you really enjoy the game and want to get burned through everything, then you're just speeding up the content, So if you want to sit down and play it all the time, there's Legends. There you go.
Global also isn't getting a break anytime soon because they're going to get LR Rose on the 27th. I would think it's very likely that Kefla gets slid in at the start of August somewhere. Then Download Celebration. And then, at that point, they got Gotenks and Boo, and then Blue Goku and Vegeta, and then LR Full Power Jiren. Like, there's big units coming constantly.
And don't forget, there's going to be Global First somewhere.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, where would they put it in? Because it feels to me like Jiren and Goku and Vegeta, and then also the Tanabata banner make a lot of sense for December, right?
After the Download Celebration.
So October would be the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, you know what they could do? Could do a same time celebration with JP again for Heroes.
Oh, they
In
could.
November.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be November, right?
By the
only
way, I think
Where
the Heroes collab this year is going to be like the second biggest celebration of the year.
where do Gotenks and Boo go though?
That's Thanksgiving.
The dual
At the end of November. Yeah.
Isn't that thank you celebration too?
Yeah. End
Yeah.
of November.
With the Heroes thing, they usually that's like the 20th of November usually for JP. right?
Thanksgiving. I remember
I
that.
thought it was the beginning of November.
No, it's usually Thanksgiving. Because
Well,
I
then maybe
remember
not.
some.
Well,
Yeah,
and
'cause I remember
either way, like we have a lot of time in between the down celebration and Gotenks and Boo coming out. So
It's just the
True.
reason that the Golden Week banners are always like way delayed, right? Like Gogeta and Janemba, those characters always seem to get pushed back way farther compared to other globals, is because otherwise they're just doing like 50 dual Dokkan Fests in a row because of the download celebration, right?
yeah. So what
Yeah.
are we getting during October then on global?
Cap. Wait, no, we got Caps.
Gohan? I don't know.
By the way, there's more time in that slot in between the download celebration and the thank you celebration for just one Dokkan Fest. There's time for like 3.
Yeah, it could be global first there.
Could be.
Well,
Yeah.
the only thing is that the thank you celebration, it's usually Golden Week and Tanabata combined. The difference is that last year Tanabata was already on global, basically. Like the banners, Gohan and Goten, and then Broly. This year they're not. Goku and Vegeta, and then Jiren. So, like that's basically 2 banners that global doesn't have this year, compared to they did last year.
Yeah. I think it's hard to predict exactly what can happen, especially because global at the last second can sometimes change things up.
I'm telling you right now, the best case scenario through all this is that 6-year anniversary is both versions at the same time. I'm telling you right now. That's best case scenario right there.
Can we coach you?
I don't know, man. Like I agree with you. I think it's in their best interest to line things up, but at the same time, I just don't feel like they think it's pertinent enough to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I as much as I want it, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. I think I have to agree with Nolar a little bit on that one. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens. So
All right. Any other donos?
yeah, I know we got quite a few. So let's see. Next one is they should make an LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta have a 70% chance to counter supers even if not on rotation. Dumb OP but fun. Lol. Maybe drops to 50% after a certain turn.
If that was his only passive, then sure.
Yeah, if that's all he did.
All right, there we go.
Even that might be a little bit float him off the whole time. To have that, yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh god.
I guess you could say like you can make it interesting where if he gets like a super low passive, let's say 50% HP and defense. I mean attack and defense, and then just every super he counters on rotation gives him like a 10% boost. And then if he's off rotation, it's like a 5% boost. Then there's no cap. I don't know. If you want to play it and like, let's try this out. Like that might be cool to me, because that would totally be like, oh well, then I would want him on rotation. But sometimes, like I hate the locking when goddamn stages lock your units in. It really pisses me off. But then this would give me a reason to be like, I'm not too pissed off that Gogeta's gone off rotation now.
Yeah. Nah, that could definitely be interesting. All right. Next question. Thoughts on a unit that activates transformations?
We got this question.
We've gotten the question so many
Yeah,
times.
we've gotten that.
Great idea. Awesome idea. It would
Yep.
be very fun.
Bro, I'm all for it.
All right.
I mean, Super Brew
okay.
on turn 1. Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. All right. Zeth with a $20 donation. How would a Zeno Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito hero for the download celebration? Both have active skills to go Kaioken, start the introduction of heroes, maybe EZA some of the hero units, and awaken the rest.
I would be all for it, but I personally don't think Heroes is coming for downloads. I think it's coming in November.
Probably November, yeah.
I don't think you guys understand how big this hero celebration is going to be this year.
Well, Goresh,
Like,
get your
did
butt out here and we can have those live summons, bro, just like last time.
I'm trying.
Okay, so would this, if they decide to do a Dokkan Fest in November for Heroes, would that be like every year they could book November for Heroes Dokkan Fest? You know, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
like akin to
Yeah.
a big celebration anniversary deal?
Definitely. I mean, but this one's the big one because this is the 10-year.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm already
Like,
seeing
we-
posters for it here in Japan.
We already, by the way, the set that's releasing like in a week or a few weeks here is set number, I think it's 3 for the Big Bang Mission sets. That's introducing the God versions of Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. That's not even the anniversary set. The anniversary set is the one that's coming after this one. So I mean, we could be getting like Super Saiyan 4 God Gogeta, and then all of a sudden he comes to Dokkan like for a collab. Like that could happen realistically in November for the collab.
It could. It could.
Yeah, dude. God, my God. Oh man.
Okay. Next question is: I saw Truth's Jiren Extreme Super Battle Road video and a guy using the same double Jiren team, but with items, and it's a tale of 2 different stories. Truth should redo.
What?
Sure. I got here. I'll post it for you, Truth.
I think he means someone did the ESBR with double Jiren with no items. I don't know if Truth did it with items.
I'm assuming Truth
I mean,
used
I'm sure you
items.
could. Like if you had like Jacko, Canny Vegito, like I'm sure you could get it done.
Yeah, I tried Candy Vegito. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just luck, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the point
Or-
of those videos, I'm not trying to win. I'm literally just showing how like Jiren works in there, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There, I posted it in the Twitter chat there. But okay. Yeah. Anyway, next, moving on. For the next donation, Martinez, should I start grinding the units for EZA LR Goku?
Town, real quick. A lot of times,
good. Yeah.
like these dudes are doing these no item runs using Trident, and like it's easy for them because they could use the Trident bot to give them any friendly they want every single time. So like you're rocking 250% supports, yeah, that's just not going to be that bad. It's like, but realistically, you can't do that.
Okay, got it.
Because I've seen like all of the stages have been done no item, but it's like every single one has a 50% friend lead with the Trident bot in there. So it's like, okay, that doesn't really help.
Okay. All right, is that all he had to say on that then? Didn't want to.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so anyway, so the next question was, should I start grinding the units for EZA LR Goku? I'm assuming he must be a global player because it's been on JP for a while now. I definitely would recommend.
Yeah, you guys got time, especially now with 3-minute stam refresh. You can farm 23-1 for the incredible gems. Like there's no reason not to do it.
Yeah, definitely. We all in agreement there, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is just cuz. What's up, G's? All right, thanks for the dono, man. Next,
it's K to see the big whale himself in Legends.
The big
What's up,
whale
dude?
himself. All right, well, thank you so much, man. All right, next, Jolter with a $2 donation, waiting for 40% West Kai to awaken.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well,
like God, more help, guys.
Topo just took her spot automatically, so
unless she's better than Topo, I mean, it's gonna be. It's whatever you want to pick for Realm of Gods, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yep, pretty much. All right, so we've only got a couple more donos. Joshua with a $5 donation. Common Vegito passive, counter normals, counter Super Saiyan 4 passive. Or sorry, I misread that. Common Vegito passive, counter normals, Super Saiyan 4 passive, counter supers, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito counters all attacks? Question mark.
Sure, that'd be super broken, but
Be pretty broken, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it would be like, sure, counter all normals, but like at like 50% damage reduction, and then like counter supers, but at like a 50% chance. You know, it won't be like 100% of the time. No way. You know, just to be clear, it wouldn't be 100% of the time. But if they want to do that, then that'd be fine. You just have to balance it, quote unquote, in a way where you don't just take him all the time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. Okay. Next question comes from Afrogenics. Question for Goresh. Do you think Global will have enough time to drop Kefla after the anniversary? And if they do go that route, do you think the new V-Jump Ultimate Gohan will drop for Global in October?
Yeah, they definitely have time because a lot of the Kefla celebration we already have access to on Global, so we can just bypass, because that celebration was 2 parts on JP, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like second part being mainly LRUI Goku, which we obviously already have, so we can bypass that. So it would just be a 1-parter on Global, so it wouldn't be that far fetched to just slide Kefla in that slot. So I think definitely. And then as for the second part, was asking about Gohan after the download celebration. They could. They definitely could. It would be very fast, right? Because like literally JP's about to get that before the download celebration, and then Global would get that afterward. But they definitely could. I think him and then potentially a Global first in that time slot. And then those two would fill the time for the thank you celebration.
It would make a lot of sense because I mean the download celebration is 99.9% chance Buu Saga, right? So then they would follow up with that Gohan. He would probably fit well with whatever the download units are.
And then the next one after that, I mean, well, the Global first, and then potentially Global first, and then also the thank you celebration is going to be Good Things and Buu. So yeah.
All right, quick question for you, Goresh. When did Dragon Ball Heroes drop for Global?
It was, I think it was after the anniversary last year, wasn't it?
I think so. I don't remember.
I think that was the debate in between the anniversary and the download celebration, because I remember specifically not going super hard on that banner just because I knew something big was coming.
Yeah, I think the Heroes stuff came like that first week of August, but that's because that Heroes banner was on JPP. I've seen like over a dozen people say, "Oh, Global could get a Heroes banner." I don't think they're going to do a Global first Heroes banner at the start of August. That doesn't seem realistic to me.
13th of August.
13th of August.
Wasn't that because of the Switch game? Was that lining up because of that? I don't remember.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that banner was on JP. Like, there's no Heroes banner for them to put on Global right now. That's why a lot of people are saying that. But it would be if Global first. This doesn't seem likely to me. Heroes Global first.
No.
Yeah, I don't think they were going to do that either.
Okay. So that was August. All right. Anyways, keep going.
Okay. We got 2 more. Thug Life with a $5 dono says, I started Dokkan a week ago and I have a solid team, but I need to get my super attacks up and I can't find any efficient ways to grind Elder Kai's help.
I'm gonna laugh, but new accounts, man. That's what happens.
It'll take time.
A lot of the story events though, they have their own currency that you can then trade into the Baba shop. That's one way you can do it. So it'll take some time for you to get your super attacks off. I mean, obviously there are other cards that can have a farmable super attack. It'll take some time though for a brand new account. So just you're fine. You're fine for now. Away. Yep, just grind.
You grind away. Yep. I just gotta remember, guys, the fact that we are drowning in Kais now, once you get to end game, Thug Life, that's a complete different outlook than like the first year of the game where they would like drip you one Elder Kai here and there. Like that was a reason to actually play the World Tournament, because you would get rewarded with Kais, and you're like, dude, I gotta get my 80 wins in so I can get my Super Gogeta from SA6 to SA10. Like, yeah. I'm just laughing because I'm just remembering the old days where it's like, okay, you have an SA4 Gogeta, you're a Gogeta though, so you're gonna stay on the friends list. But an SA10 Ultimate Gohan? No, I don't want you. Anyways, just reminiscing on nostalgia here.
Yep. Alrighty. All right. Question for everyone. What scene from the anime made your favorite character become your favorite? Or what's your favorite scene from them?
When Frieza rips Nell's arm off.
That was fast.
That's like my favorite scene in the whole show.
Truth?
I don't know. Like, I guess, like, maybe Gohan grabbing the Sensu from Cell. That just kinda,
that was badass.
Back in the day, that was like, oh my god. Like,
Nolar?
Janemba punching Gogeta in the face and nothing happening.
There you go.
Floating.
Yeah.
He's just like, boom. So.
I guess mine would probably be when it's not, I wouldn't call it iconic or anything, but I just loved when Vegito spirit sorted to Boo and lifted him up and he's hanging upside down, he's taunting him and everything. I just love that. That was always a fun part for me to watch.
Yep.
All right, final donation that we have right here from my man Kensei. Do you guys want GT or Majin Buu Saga for 350 million download celebration? What units do you want for the celebration? Keep up the good work, fellas.
I would be happy with either because I think both are pretty underrepresented right now in terms of what units we get from both of them. But I think it's leaning more towards Buu Saga.
Yeah.
And what I would want is not a Vegito.
Oh, you're not tired of Vegito from
shit,
Legends
bud.
and everything?
I'm Vegito'd out here. We just got a Vegito for the anniversary, and now we're gonna go into this, and we're gonna get another one.
You're goddamn right you are.
You're gonna love
Wait,
it.
hold on. Listen to this. Vegito Blue in Legends. Now Vegito Blue in Dokkan, and now another Vegito in the download. So,
And then you're getting Super Saiyan 3 Vegito for the heroes. So
yeah.
you're ready.
Stop.
Hey, and you got Yellow Vegito out in Legends right now, so I
No.
mean,
Yeah, I'm waiting for that summon video. Truth, come on.
Nolar, how about you? What would you like to see?
I mean, yeah, it'd be either or. I personally would have liked GT just because it's been at least a year and a half since the last GT celebration. But again, like what Goresh is saying, this is more looking like it's going to be Majin Buu Saga, which is fine. Just again, I kind of agree with him. I don't know how else you can make a good Vegito here. I guess the base Goku and Vegeta.
You'd have to make them that because otherwise you make physical. Yeah, otherwise he fights for a spot with physical or he fights for a spot with the LR Year 5 Vegito.
I think it's just going to be a Super Vegito with an ultimate active skill. That's it.
Easily could, yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking Goku and Vegeta Angel, then they Potara fuse, base Vegito, Super Vegito. That's the ideal, I think.
That's what you think? Okay.
Yeah.
You want that joint
I
force?
think that's just the best way it can go because the tech base Vegito, like when he gets his EZA, he's gonna be super freaking good, right?
Right.
Yep.
We don't need like a new base Vegito too with LR Vegito Blue being top 5 in the game. So like, and then Super Vegito, the AGL one is still solid. Like you'd use a better one, but like that would be a new. There's no Goku and then Vegeta Angel in the game, right? That would be a new unit. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, no, I pretty much agree with what you guys have said already, and I've talked about it on Twitter. I would personally prefer a Majin Buu Saga, a GT themed celebration. Just the only thing I can think that they could do is Omega and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which is basically what 200 million download celebration was, if I remember correctly on that. Yeah. So I would definitely go more towards the Majin Buu Saga. As a Vegito fan, he's my number one character. I never get tired of him, but I can easily see why people are. So who knows? Maybe we finally get a brand new Kid Buu.
Please, Kid Buu.
Yeah.
Like, you know what they can do? You know what they could even do? They could do like a transforming Buhan into Kid Buu.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be out of the question. Even if they pair him up with Vegito, that wouldn't be out of the question. I don't think.
Oh no, easily not. No. And then if they wanted to do Buu as because obviously the download celebration is a double banner, so Kid Buu could be one of them, and then the other banner could be the Super Saiyan 3 Goku with an active skill into Spirit Bomb or something like that, because I mean we haven't had a Super Saiyan 3 Goku in quite some time. I mean the LR one is kind of
New Year's we had the transforming one,
but that's just transforming. I mean like a pure Super Saiyan, like straight Super Saiyan 3 Goku, just right from the beginning. So
don't forget the legendary summon banner, also part 2, the download celebration.
Yeah, we could see that. So I don't know. I personally think the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and an active skill into Spirit Bomb is more Dokkan Fest in my opinion, but they'll surprise us. They'll do their thing. So okay, so that is all of the donations now. Thank you guys so much for all of the awesome support. Are there any Twitter questions that we have not answered yet? Because I saw some of those repeated. So
yeah, let me take a quick look real here.
Oh, and
Right,
right
is
as I say that, we got another donation. So go ahead and take a look as I read this off real quick.
Yep.
Truth, the JP main, Goresh, the global main. Your dude, Hell, is about ready to become a Trident main.
Save some money.
Okay.
Save some money. Yeah, I see
there you
that.
go. Okay. And another one. Do you think I've read them out of order? Sorry, because they came in too fast. Do you think they would ever do 2 new Dokkan Fest units on one banner?
They have. They've done.
They have Vegito and Broly, right?
And then Trunks and Zamasu.
And Trunks and Zamasu. Yeah.
Demacia? Yeah.
Yep.
Did
I
you
don't know
do
if they-
that banner back in the day? Oh my god, because Vegito Blue, that was like a month after it came out.
Yep.
Yep. Mhm.
They don't do that anymore.
We haven't seen that in a while. All right. Any Twitter questions you found, Nolar?
Um.
That haven't been
Okay, yeah.
overly stated a lot.
Yeah, I'm kind of scouring through them real quick.
What would the equivalent of that be? That would be like if they dropped like Moro, Spirit, like Separation Vegeta, and then they put like LR Vegito Blue on the banner, right? Like, like the equivalent, like.
We could see something like that. You never know.
Okay, that's a
Nowadays-
Legends question.
12 featured unit banner.
Yeah, I forgot who it was. I think it was AC Gaming. He was like, "Oh yeah, you should definitely summon for the Blue Boys because this 10 featured units are way easier to pull than 12." And I'm just sitting there going, like, "Excuse me, excuse me." What are your thoughts on putting bronze equips on the Friends banner, putting silver equips too with a very low drop rate?
Oh, putting the equipment on the summons.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea because bronze equips for the most part are. I mean, I just throw bronze equips on anybody, right? Or whatever I could find, right? So, and some friend summons. I can't remember the last time I purposefully went in on a friend summon banner. So that's not a bad idea, honestly.
I personally don't. I mean, just for bronze itself, I personally don't have a problem with that if it was on the friend system the point summons.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I haven't touched friend summons in forever. Bronze are kind of just kind of throwaways at this point. There, honestly, I look at bronze equips as like obviously I want to give good ones as best they can be. I mean, they're just bronze, but then they're also used for those little missions. For the West Kai or not the West Kai missions, the North Kai missions. So yeah, that's something right there. Goresh, Truth, any comments on it?
Any way to get equipment is fine. And we need more ways to get them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I mean, because there's 1,000 units, we're gonna need 3 pieces of equipment per unit. So yeah, I just spit it at us. Yeah.
All right. We did get another donation real quick from Thunderbolt. I had a terrible day, but thank you guys for making it just a little bit better, especially Daddy Truth. Much love to you all.
Oh, thank you very much for the kind
Yeah.
words.
Thank you for the kind words, man. Hope your day gets better, and just remember, take it one step at a time.
Okay, so I got a couple Twitter questions.
Okay. Shoot.
I think this is more of a broader question because he has a specific example here. So let me see. Shout out to MUI Gogito. He's saying like, what do you think about a type of event where you take 9 characters to battle and the enemy hits hard, long event like Legendary Goku event? This time you have 3 main rotations and 3 floaters. Thoughts? So just really changing the structure of how we play. Instead of just 7 units, it's 9. So you'll have 3 main rotations and floaters and stuff like that. I mean, it's new, so I'd definitely like to try that. How effective it would be, I don't know, but I definitely would like to, give that a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Just trying anything like that, I think, is a good idea.
I think this game is really hesitant to try new things. So yeah, I like that idea. Anything that's new is fine, honestly.
Yeah. Talon, any thoughts?
It would be interesting. Do I see it happening? Probably
No,
not.
I
No,
don't.
I
Yeah, I
really
don't either,
don't.
but-
They're not really. They've shown over the years that they're not going to take huge gambles and risks. They're gonna stick with what they know.
I mean, just spitballing here. What was the last big risk that they took? I think that was Battlefield 1.0, right?
Well, chain battle, I guess, right?
Yeah, I
To an
guess so.
extent, yeah, chain battle, but I would probably say more Battlefield 1.0 or the beta or however you want to say it.
Yeah, the reason
about
why I'm saying
area?
what was that?
EZA area. How about that?
Yeah, but the thing with EZA areas doesn't require you to actually like sink resources into designing that. It's just a new stage. For something like chain battle, like that's a completely new thing. Design the menu, you have to get new music for it. You have to design the actual like gameplay of it. There's new models you have to implement, like the new UI overlay, all that stuff. Like there's a lot more resources going into a mode like that. That's completely new.
Right.
And if it flopped like Battlefield 1 did, then they'd have to scrap it and then sink more resources into fixing it, or just scrap it altogether. So that was, I think, the last risk they took, and I kind of liked it. So yeah,
I like Battlefield 1.0. For those of you who weren't veterans or aren't veterans that don't know, how would you describe it? It's like a side-scrolling, like I don't
kind of like a pseudo tower defense thing.
Yeah. And you just have to you have to bring, like, it's similar in Battlefield 2.0 right now, where you bring a limited amount of units. But here, you just dump units into the thing. I wish we had some like YouTube footage, or someone's got to have some video footage. But yeah, I liked it because it was completely different. And then once you got into the fight, it's an actual regular fight. But whatever units that managed to break through the barrier were the units you got to use. And that really was really awkward. Sometimes you'll take some units that just don't link together, but they're like, oh, they're physical units, so they're gonna beat up on all these int units that got to fight, and then you just go into the fight and you're like, oh yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be supering at all.
I remember specifically Kami was like the hardest person to beat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yep. So
all right.
okay,
That it for the questions, or we got one more?
we'll do a couple more and then we'll transition over. Do you think they should bring a new level of category since key links are changing, or link skills, that is? Kind of weird for them to change it before 350 million. I believe they will save Vegito and Gogeta's super. Trying to understand the Super Saiyan 1 for celebration. Okay, well, I'll go with the first question here. Do you think they should bring a new level of categories? I think he means like leader skill, so it was like 200% or something like that, which, because they're changing the link skills and making them buffer, I don't think they need to do that.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, the category system is already starting to show its problems because they just keep adding all these new categories in without really fleshing them out, or just making these wonky categories with clearly not adding characters that should be in there.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about this. What new category is Gohan introducing?
Oh yeah, hidden potential or whatever.
Hidden potential, over cockiness.
Yeah,
any of those vague shits are just gonna suck. They're just gonna be.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be though.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. I mean, I don't think anyone should expect anything less.
Can we just
get 9
Force, please, and Saga, and the like ones that need Z fighters, ones that actually should be categories?
I agree.
Reaper Force would be fun, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Well, what would be good is if they gave Ginyu Force an EZA, and then
do a Dokkan Fest Ginyu. Come on, it's been 5.5 years.
True. Is there a specific moment you're looking forward to seeing with the new animations in Dokkan? For me, it's instant transmission Kamehameha. Oh, I see what you're saying.
We missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a specific like moment you guys are looking forward to with them animating in the Dokkan style?
I think we've almost hit everything, haven't we?
First form Frieza blowing up Planet Vegeta. We don't have like a good animation of that in the game yet.
Oh yeah, we don't. That'd definitely be something.
Could be the if they were going to revamp an SA, they should do that for the Prime Battle.
Literally
Frieza.
just the LF Frieza from Legends in Dokkan.
Yep.
It's true.
How about Final Flash Vegeta versus Cell? We know he doesn't defeat him, but that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a good one.
There's a lot actually,
Yeah.
like because I don't know, like Goku killing Kid Buu like would look really good in those animations. Like
Yeah,
Kid
definitely
Buu
pretty good.
himself does so many interesting things. Like he doesn't just like punch, like he's doing all kinds of wacky shit, right? Like it would
Yeah.
look really good.
Yeah.
What about Hakai Beerus?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
we
Yeah.
don't have that.
We all thought
I
we'd
hear
get that,
Ryan's-
but we didn't.
Yeah, I hear Ryan's wallet crying right now.
Literally, just make it one shot anything. Like no one would care.
Yeah, no one would.
We're getting like LR Jiren with like 200% attack, and like it doesn't matter.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, it'd just be like below 40% HP on the enemy, instant kill.
Yeah,
That's it.
honestly, if they release like LRM, like the silver-haired Goku for UI Goku, like literally just give him 100% dodge. Like no one would care.
No one,
No one would
would
care.
be mad. No one would be mad at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
We got a quick
Alright.
we got a quick more donation before we go and take our break, guys, and then we'll transfer over to Legends. Do you think that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Do you think that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegeta? I don't know why he's saying Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, but okay. I'm thinking he means Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta.
Evolution. Yeah, I think
And
that's what he means.
mastered UI Goku for year 6 because all anniversaries so far are both Super and related to Goku and Vegeta.
Well, I mean, it was Gogeta and Vegito for Gogeta and Janemba for year 1.
Right.
Yeah, but technically, you could say that that's both Goku and Vegeta in one character. Like,
one character, yeah.
you can be very, very technical. But,
It wouldn't surprise me if that happens. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. But I mean, wasn't it
Also,
around
there's a- I
August
think there's
time? Oh, good.
I think there's a reason that they haven't done like a villain since the first year anniversary because they probably did it and they were like, okay, nobody cared for Janemba.
Yeah.
Hey, Janemba got top grossing though, didn't he?
Yeah, let's go
Yep.
do that.
But isn't it around August time last year that we saw that Gogeta pop up for that figure and everything?
Correct. Yep. It was literally like Gohan Mania, but then like they slid that in there.
Right.
Like,
So
they probably
potentially
wouldn't
we could
notice,
see
huh?
something like that.
Yeah. Like I think I was the only one that covered it. Everyone else was just paying attention to Gohan.
So I guess have a look out for that, guys. We potentially see something year 6 related. So when whatever 350 million downloads is bringing, and all of a sudden if you see a little figure slip in there unannounced, then that could potentially be it right there. So
I'm still hoping that if 350 is not GT, then year 6 is going to be LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku transform active skill into Gogeta, and
That's
then
what I think.
it wouldn't
Simple.
surprise me, yeah, for year 6 to be
That's what
GT.
I'm banking on. There's a reason they've gone so long without doing. We only have one Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in the game. Look how many Vegeta Blues we have.
Quite a
What if-
few.
What if one unit was Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that fused into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then the other unit was just Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Like, what if it was both him?
Oh my
What if it
god.
was,
How would that work?
what if it was? I can't believe I'm about to say this. What if it was Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and the other one was Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta into Vegeta?
You mean yes? Yeah, that's gonna happen. Right.
Oh god.
Because you know what Blue Vegito means? Money. They like money.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do. Okay. All right. Well, I think with that right there, we're going to take a quick break, guys, real quick. The stream's obviously still going to be up. We're just going to mute ourselves real quick. We're going to take a quick break, grab some water real quick, use the bathroom, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll be hopping over to Legends. So Nasdorachi and others will be joining us as well. So we'll see you guys in about 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute break.
5 minute break.
Yeah,
Okay.
top of the hour.
5 minute break, guys. Yeah, top of the hour. And then we'll go and start our Legends section. So we will talk to you guys very, very soon. All right, guys. We are back here now. So if you guys are wondering about the X's over Riku and Raiden's names, some things just came up at the last minute. I didn't have time to change it for the picture, but they will hopefully be back here next week, including a couple of new guys actually that have never been in the podcast before. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But we are here now to start our Legends topics, and we still have quite a few actually. I know there's definitely some divide in the community depending on how you look at some of these changes, but let's go ahead and start with the first one, and that is the great maintenance of 2020. Goresh, you've definitely enjoyed this one. What are your thoughts so far on it?
You mean the new update?
Yeah.
I think mostly it's good. The change to matchmaking is actually really good. Jump into PvP. Most of my matches are against people who have a similar, not perfectly the same, but in the same realm of RP that I have. So it looks like they added like a floor where like you physically cannot match with other people who have RP below that floor. And I think it's like a percentage of what you have.
Usually give or take like 1,500 to 2,000 from where you are.
Yeah. So the quality of my matches in terms of like the RP of the enemy that I'm facing has actually been really good. Lag, I can't really say that it's better or worse. It's pretty much just the same in my experience. So I don't know.
I agree with that. That's where their changes to matchmaking, they did like 50% of what needed to be done. Like they tightened up the queue and the matchmaking itself. Now they just need to add the disband button and show like a ping, a connection bar before you go into the match. And then combining both those things, they will have fixed the actual matchmaking process itself completely. That's just like, I think they should have that same queue and at least display what type of connection you're looking at ahead of time.
Yeah, like how Fighters does it, right?
Yep. Yeah, they absolutely need that because, yeah, sure, you get matched up with someone, but if it's going to be a lag fest, you just don't want to play, right? So might as well give me the option to not. So
yeah.
Yeah, so in that regard, hopefully this update, it seemed like a lot of UI and behind the scenes stuff, which the matchmaking is probably the best part. The difference in the queue times and PvE for loading up like each individual stage of the Fuse Zamasu event. It's kind of negligible. I don't really notice it loading that much faster or slower than what it used to. So hopefully this is like a lot of behind the scenes framework that will then support them being able to make a lot more updates moving forward into the future.
yeah, this was a good move. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff, but most of it wasn't stuff that the community was actually asking for or expecting. It's just kind of like they came out of left field a little bit with it, like, hey, we're gonna update the app so it loads faster. I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice, it's convenient. The stuff they did with the adventures and the quality of life there is absolutely phenomenal. It saves you like 40 button clicks like every few hours.
Yeah.
So it was all really good stuff. It just kind of was unexpected. I wasn't expecting them to work on that stuff first.
Well, yeah. So to make it akin to what we just talked about in Dokkan, like the link skill thing. Link skill thing was probably like a yellow thing. Red, yellow, and green. As red is something urgent, you want it done. I think this update got a couple of things in the red, but a lot of things that are like yellow and green too. You know what I mean? So everyone wants the big stuff to be changed first. And, as much as I agree with you guys, you got to think about development. It's just not how it works.
Yeah, hopefully this lays the foundation for them to make, if not bigger changes, at least more consistent, smaller ones.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, what was the big maintenance for, anyways? That lasted for like 8 hours.
Every time they do a major version update, like this kicked it over into what version 2.9.0, I think.
Yeah.
Usually the updates, it takes like, I don't know, a reasonable amount of time. I think they always run into snags with sending out the freshly coded update to both the Google Play Store and the iTunes Store.
Okay.
Having them both accept the update and then sync up to release it. I think that's where most of their like issues come from in terms of getting them downloadable and out in a timely fashion.
Right.
So obviously the maintenance went on for about 14 hours, I guess, like 14 or 15 total, I think. Where people were starting to complain, but they gave us 500 chrono crystals, which is better than nothing, but not the best they've ever done, but definitely not the worst either. So I'm not complaining at all. So, but I think it was just like, that's why I'm hoping the amount of time, the length of the update, the downtime was all because they're doing fairly significant updates to the framework, which will allow for more consistent stuff in the future. I can only hope, anyway. You know, that's what the positive portion of me wants to believe.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the maintenance is the same thing that Dokkan does, right? They were like, oh yeah, the issue was that the App Store wasn't letting them on or whatever. That was their excuse for the maintenance. I don't know how true that is, but that was what they said was what led to that maintenance. But we got 500 crystals out of it, so I'm not going to complain. But yeah, I think the update itself was actually good. So this is one of the biggest things in PvP. If you're gunning for like, you know, the top ranks in PvP, this is going to help you a lot because you're going to be fighting players who are going to give you more RP for fighting them. So
it's especially noticeable right now where there's double RP, but you don't lose very much. That's really helped me out because I haven't had Vegito Blue. So of course, like 98% of your matches right now are going to have Vegito Blue in the team again, facing some way or another. So we'll see how that carries over into just like a regular season where the point gain is not quite as significant. But yeah, it works out pretty well. I'm enjoying it. Much better than what it was, where you get like 3 RP for fighting someone who was like ranked 45 when you had like 12,000 RP.
Yeah, definitely. That was terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't really get much worse than that because you'd get that back to back, like for 45 minutes to an hour, and then you'd like lose one game and lose, 4 or 5 times the amount of points of what you spent earning in the past 2 hours. So that was where like a huge point of frustration was coming from for sure.
Well, right now it's double RP, right?
Yeah, not triple, but just double.
I don't. Is that better? I don't know.
It's better than triple, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. You're still going to end up fighting like people who are less than you. But the thing with this update is that it sort of negates that because the biggest problem with 3 times RP season back when we had that a few seasons ago was most of the time your match would give you 3 RP, like 90% of the time. And now with this update, it's basically fixing that. So now the 2 times and 3 times RP seasons won't be as bad for sure. So
overall, are they injecting more points?
Yes, they are because you're going to be fighting against players that are going to increase your points more often.
Okay, so there's more points going around in general.
Pretty much, yeah. But the biggest, also the thing that this is promoting as well, is it's promoting people to start grinding earlier on, because if you wait for a long time to fight somebody, like if it's able to start grinding, you're not going to be fighting those top players because they're all going to be fighting each other, right? So if you start grinding late in the season and you want to get a top rank, then you have to build your way up to the top ranks, and it's not going to be like, oh, you got lucky and you queued into somebody with like 3 times your RP and you're going to get a ton of RP for beating them. It's not going to happen anymore because you can't get matched with those people until you get higher up.
So basically the point differential, like 3 RP versus like 200, has now been squished, right? Basically, so it's now the minimum of, let's say, 30, 40, and then a maximum of like 70, 80. So like the floor and the ceiling of what you could earn has been just shrunken. Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah. So the amount of, I guess technically, it's the pool of players you can be matched with is smaller.
It's smaller now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't, me personally, I haven't experienced like a big change in like waiting times in terms of like the queue. Maybe that's just me getting lucky, but it hasn't really changed that much. So honestly, I don't really have any negative things to say about this matchmaking update. I think it was really good.
Okay, well, there is one negative thing we could bring up, which you might agree with once we put the light out on it, but their continued attempts to try and hide bots from us. That is something that I find to be negative. Like now, all of a sudden, they have guilds. They can appear like at any rank, although it is significantly less frequent when you're over 50. But it's just they've gone above and beyond to try and put bots in the queue, but make us unaware of it, which I don't know. I really don't like that. Like keep the bots to PvE and keep human players in queue, even if I have to wait an extra minute or 2, 3 even. I don't mind. Don't want to play bots.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So that would be one negative thing is they keep trying to hide them from us instead of removing them, or at least like Goresh, you mentioned, giving an option as to whether you prefer longer queue times but no bots, or if you don't mind having the bots. But still, that would give people an advantage because they'd be able to farm them. So I'd just say get rid of them altogether, honestly.
I mean, how are the bots like difficult now, or are they the same? Are they PvE style bots?
They bring over the same level of cheap tactics that you'd find on like stage 51 of events.
Okay.
But the characters themselves are no more or less powerful than, what you would have access to. So it doesn't have quite the level of ridiculousness that the stage 51s do. But like you'll throw a yellow card and the AI knows it, so it'll like instantly queue up the Rising Rush. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Like the AI will abuse tricks like that quite frequently. Whereas humans, reaction time is usually not quite as good, or at least not reliably as good. So like the AI can just do that all the time, whereas a human player play 80% of the match perfect, but everyone makes mistakes here and there sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, so the AI brings that level of cheapness, but outside of that, it's still pretty easy to kill because they do dumb stuff. But it's the situation where the worst is where you're fighting someone that's really good at the game. It gets down to the wire, and then for whatever reason they disconnect, and it puts you versus an AI for that last little portion of the game. And then, like, for that last critical part of the game, the AI just hits you with like two perfect vanishes into a Rising Rush, and then you lose the game you otherwise might have been able to win versus the person, just because of how cheap the AI can be sometimes.
Yeah.
That's my biggest gripe with that. Like the AI just, I don't know. Fighting against the AI in games like this, I don't really see a way it can ever be fun, because the computer's always going to be able to know what you're doing when you're doing it, and it takes out any level of like mistakes or randomness or unpredictability that you have when you're playing against another human player.
Yeah, they can't emulate any sort of like real like human type like movements, I guess.
Behavior.
What way to describe it? It's either they perfectly react to what you're doing or they don't. Right? That's it. There's no middle ground. So either they get hit directly by your attack and they just stand there, or they perfectly counter it, right? There's no middle. So I don't know. Yeah,
they don't like kind of mess up, allowing you a small window of time to take advantage of. No, it's either they just completely do nothing or you're done. Like you said, there's no gray area in between the black and the white.
Yeah.
So yeah, AI in this game has always and likely will always be obnoxious and not super fun to play. But so besides them trying to sneak more of them in, or at least hide them better, the update was pretty much all beneficial stuff.
Okay.
So the next topic is the speed updates and things like that, which I guess you guys have kind of covered already.
Yeah. So one other thing I wanted to add quickly to that is the fact that exchanging stuff is so much better now. It's like it's not even close. Like the way you go into like the exchange shop, and let's say you have like the Yamcha event. Let's say you farmed a bunch of the Yamcha like baseball hats or whatever. Exchanging all those for like souls takes it's so much faster now. So that's a big change, because previously you'd exchange the items and you sit there for like 10 seconds while it loaded. And now
Yeah.
all that's gone. Now it's instant. So that's good.
I'm wondering how they changed it. Like I don't well, like what did they change the code or was it just
They
made Star Wars?
probably just reorganized the way that the files are stored. Like, I guess, like, I don't know, maybe they compressed some files and put a bunch of stuff together in one file instead of having multiple directories, or I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of is simplifying things in
That's
the
true.
directories so the game doesn't have to spend as much time trying to access all that stuff. Or I don't know. It kind of confused me too because they said they will be increasing the startup time of the game, and then in the next update we'll be working on the actual load time of the game. I don't know, that kind of confused me, but I've noticed that I don't know about what type of phones y'all are using, but on mine, not much has changed in terms of how fast you start the game up and it kind of gets going.
So in terms of like going from the title screen to the actual game, they said they were going to improve that in the next update. But like starting the game and going to the title screen is a little faster.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of that is going to be user dependent on what actual type of device you have and the specs on it and the settings you have the game set at. So
yeah,
that could be something that widely differs from player to player. So it's kind of hard to report on that consistently, like across the board in any way. Like I need to use my upgrade. Hopefully it'll be here soon enough. But I don't know.
When are you gonna get it?
I don't know, like when a new phone comes around, I think my upgrade is within like 6 months. So I don't know if I'd get like a S20 or just wait for the S22 or whatever they do next. Or what?
Gotcha.
It's almost that time. Catch up with everybody else.
All right, so let's see. What else do we got here? Co-op removed the cooldown that occurred when characters with a special cover change use assists. Do you guys got to like really explain that one to me? Again, I don't play anymore, so I don't know.
We had mentioned this before the podcast started, but I'm assuming that's referring to stuff like BoJack or Murder Zamasu or the new Red Goku or anyone that's got like a cover change that's like a knockback on Strike or Blast or whatever.
Right.
I guess there was some extra level of cooldown being applied to that beyond just the normal cooldown for swapping in front of your co-op buddy. So I guess they've shortened that up a little bit. Which, doing that, Brad pointed this out on a tweet earlier today. Every time you swap in front of your buddy to like defensively cover for them, you get like just 20% straight up added to your link meter. And then once the link meter hits like 40% via attacking, defending,
you get more what's it called? Your
increased card draw speed, increased key recovery. So there's a lot of benefits to actually using those mechanics.
Yeah, was it Brad? Oh no, I was doing it with Palmzor when I was playing. We would always make sure one of us gets hit, then we cover, because that's the only way you could swap in front is someone gets, like your buddy gets hit, then the exclamation point hits, then you swap that, you get 20%, then you wait till you get hit, and then vice versa, and then right from the get-go, you just go ham on cards, and by the time the first shield's down, you should, it's super fast way of farming Rising Rush for that. So it's a tool you guys should use if you don't use it. If you're if you really want to farm it.
This is not exactly what I wanted from the co-op mode, but each boss requires a little bit of research and testing, but then you can get it down to a very mechanical science of how you can just repeatedly beat the piss out of the bot to, optimize your farming time co-op. So yeah, that's definitely one of some of the systems that you can use to your advantage are, the swap.
Yeah.
I guess, like I said, they lowered the cooldowns on it in some way, or at least for characters that have unique ones.
I'm gonna be honest. I hardly ever use that function of co-op where like you can rescue your buddy or whatever. We generally just rush the enemy and kill him. Like that's it. Like I don't know.
Yeah, especially if you have whatever boost unit and like for all the Legends Road ones, like with the Kid Goku and the Blue Trunks, like it became the point where if you followed the right steps, it was pretty easy to kill them after their first shield break. So you don't necessarily need to use all that stuff, but for maybe some other people that are not as blessed with the proper units to fight each individual boss, it could be a helpful little technique. I definitely know there's been a lot of characters that you bring that can help you kill the boss real quick, but then you yourself are also at risk of dying. So some of the defensive stuff might be even more helpful than offense. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the red Yamcha will die to this cell pretty easily.
I mean, to be honest, if you get Rising Rush by the enemy and you don't counter it, you're pretty much dead on any character you bring, right? There's not really, unless you bring a purely defensive character. If you get Rising Rush by Cell, if you get Rising Rush by Cell, like you're pretty much just gonna die. That's it.
So yeah, it's some of the tricks are more useful than others for sure. Other times you can just beat the co-op enemy to death without too many problems at all.
Yep. Okay, let me take a look at the repeat adventures. I know you mentioned it, but how good is it?
It's
very good.
It's a feature that has almost no impact to the actual game itself, but it's one of the best quality of life things ever. Like, it literally saves you like 40 button clicks every time you go to reset your adventures. So I like that a lot. It saves a lot of time of having to go back and click through all 7 adventure slots, click on the adventure, click auto, click OK. Like, I don't even really think about how many clicks that actually is, which is it's just more like quality of life than anything else that makes the game less annoying to have to play.
Yeah, the only thing that I will say is make sure that you get the adventures before you collect your adventures. Otherwise, you won't be able to use the refresh feature because you have to actually own the adventures. Yeah. So always get so for example, if you're doing the 7-hour adventures, which is what I recommend doing, go into the Cell event or the Cell story mode, get your 6 adventures or 7 adventures, then go to finish your adventures, and then it'll ask you, do you want to refresh? And you say yes. Because otherwise, if you do it the other way around, then you're not going to be able to refresh them instantly. You're going to have to do them manually because it's going to finish and you're not going to have them in your inventory.
As another little offset, like side tangent to that, I'm also in love with the 24-hour or 23-hour adventures. Also.
Yeah, same. Those are good.
If we could just stack up a bunch of those and I just have those running all the time, I would absolutely love that.
Make sure, by the way, if you're using the 23-hour adventure, make sure you're using those in the Z metal slots because you're going to get the most value out of that, which means you're going to have to use, which means you're going to be able to save Z metals because those only have 10 charges or 10 uses, right? Those Z metal slots.
Right.
Yeah.
So the less times you have to refresh that slot, the more usage you're going to get out of that slot. So my recommendation is whenever you have the 23-hour adventure, just put it into one of those 2, slot 6 or 7.
Oh yeah, so you can save the cheaper slots for your more repeatable adventures.
Yep, exactly.
That's another good point. But yeah, adventure system is honestly something that they've taken a lot of feedback in, and it's getting to the point now where it's not really that annoying anymore.
Yeah, it really isn't. I mean, 23 hours, like you have to log in once a day. I mean, if you're not logging in once a day anyway, then you're probably not having the fun with the game, right? So, yeah, I think they definitely improved the adventure system a lot as it is right now.
Great.
We'll see how it is next time they have an Ultra Space Time banner. That's another thing too. We haven't had an Ultra Space Time banner in forever now, but
yeah, I was gonna say
we're gonna get into that in a second with the V jump.
Yeah. So all right, let's talk about V jump then. Is it just Turles? I thought I saw Goku in there, right?
Yeah, so it's Turles and there's a metal cooler movie Super Saiyan Goku.
Yeah, I think they're covering some loose ends. It looks like the Turles is the one where, because it doesn't look like he's got the ring attack, like the little ring move that he does. I mean, if he does, it's just his blue card, but he's got an Ultimate Arts. And it looks like that one where Piccolo's laying on the ground, kind of, and he fires that like purple blast down at the ground.
Yeah.
And like explodes upwards when he nukes Piccolo with it.
Does anybody have a link to that? Because I want to just pull it up so I can get all the.
I know I shared it on Twitter a few days ago. We could probably post a picture in the Discord.
Yeah, can you post it? Because I want to make sure I have all this information correct.
And then the Goku has a super move that kind of looks like it's going to shape up like the blue transforming Vegeta or the yellow transforming Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Yeah, because his kit is exactly the same as that Vegeta's, because he powers up his special move through strike guards. So it's literally the same exact thing as Vegeta, and his super attack looks like it's going to be the same as Vegeta's. So
I posted in general a picture of the V-Jump scan itself. Or it's loading now.
Okay, I see it. Hold on. Let me open it.
So yeah, it looks like the Turles has the ring attack, like for the super move, because in the art it shows him kind of powering it up. But then his ultimate arts technique that they're teasing is definitely like that purple, like beam attack.
Yeah, Calamity Blaster is his super, his special move, but he also has an ultimate. It doesn't really say what the ultimate is though.
Yeah, it just has that same color of that attack that he used on Piccolo, which is why I'm kind of thinking it'll be maybe somewhat similar to that. And then the Goku right to the left literally looks exactly like the blue Vegeta or the yellow Gohan.
Yeah, he does. Okay, so basically it says for Turles, he can lengthen the enemy switch counts, and he reduces their key restoration. And then his ultimate arts
increases his key restore, doesn't it?
Yeah, increases his key restore and does and it increases the amount of damage he does to the enemy. That's it.
So it seems like he's going to be another one of those technical characters where you have to. He's not straight out of the gate overwhelming. You got to do some stuff with him to get him up there. And
and then
also, there's going to be tons of other stuff about the character. Like maybe they have cover changes. Maybe they have endurance. Maybe they have other stuff that's not mentioned on the page. So
yeah, and then Goku is going to do extra damage versus regeneration. And through his, we talked about this already, but through his strike arts cards, he's going to power up his special move. And that's
he almost is basically a Goku version of the transforming blue Vegeta.
He literally is, yeah. And then this is going to be a Legends Rising banner dropping at the end of this month. So that's it. That's all the
with it being Legends Rising, that just means again that we haven't gotten an Ultra Space Time banner in almost literally like 2 months now or something.
Yeah, the last one we got was Trunks and Cell, right?
I believe so, yeah.
It's also kind of unfortunate because as of right now, those are the only banners with like brand new characters where we get guaranteed sparking tickets that you potentially pull said brand new characters. Besides like these step ups and stuff right now.
At the very least, we know this banner's going to have 999, right?
Yeah.
For Legends Rising.
Yeah, that seems to be their incentive to make you want to summon on these Legends Risings, because there's no other, like they don't give out the freebies per your summon. There's no steps. There's no real any other incentive. So they do the 9. I guess like the 999 is reserved exclusively for Legends Rising right now.
Yep, exactly. Because there's no. What else can they even do?
Everyone's making comments about your dinosaurs there, Naz.
My dinosaurs.
Oh, stream that in Discord. I want to watch this.
He's becoming a T-Rex, boys and girls.
Oh, there's a Lost Raptor. I want to get that Ghost of Tsushima, just to go off topic for a second. I want to get that Ghost of Tsushima game, but it's PlayStation.
It is so much fun. Everyone get it. If you have a PlayStation 4, get it.
Yeah. It's that dang PS4 only.
But yeah, other than that, like honestly, there really hasn't been that much. Maybe the Zamasu event came out. What else? That's it, right?
Those events are ultra boring too, in my personal opinion. I don't know. I can't again speak for everybody, but
yeah, I haven't even done it yet. I'm just waiting for all the stages to get unlocked.
I so wish they would implement, which kind of is a self-defeating purpose for some of the grind. But like, if your account is over like Z level 250 or Z level 300, like just let me skip to the stage 40 and start from there or something. Like, come on, I don't need to fight level 300 Zamasu, then level 400, then level 500. I don't know. That part is a little tiresome for me. I mean,
it's just an energy sink, pretty much.
It is, yeah. It's just energy. It's all it is. So
I think we can honestly move to questions if we want.
I love the Velociraptor just going off in the background. All right, yeah. If we want to move to questions, we haven't received any donations, so they're all just gonna be Twitter questions.
They don't want to support it. They don't want to hear us talk about it.
No. They want to hear you bash it. That's what they want you to do.
Yeah, everyone in the chat before it started like, "I'm ready for the rant." It's like I'm trying to avoid being hyper negative about the game, which is also why I've made less videos in general recently, because I'm not going to be the one that's just over here trying to like pull out everyone's pitchforks and torches and be like, screw this game. Like, so, you know, I'd rather keep my mouth shut than say a bunch of negative stuff. But at the same time, you know, the game itself, the UI, all the stuff they've done recently is good. It's just they ruin it other ways with their pursuit of money and their lack of understanding on game balance, stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Any Twitter? I mean, the Twitter questions have kind of been already going over the topics we've talked about. Thinking, I've seen so many questions about Turles, you know, being green, jokes about him being red. What do you guys think?
Can you imagine if he's red? Oh my god.
They need to do more purples, yellows, and blues. Like they've killed red recently. We don't need any more red for a couple banners.
Yeah.
Yellows, green,
I think.
blues.
Okay, so let's. I'm going to open the list here. Let's think about this logically. Let me just see here.
Yeah, I don't think the Goku's going to be green because we still have an active banner with a brand new green Goku on it with the Pikkon and Kaioken Super Saiyan.
Top
Goku.
tier banner right there. Pikkon, best character in the game. Vegeta Blue who?
So I think we're obviously looking at a movies buff here because the movies team hasn't really exactly been drowning in love from the developers recently. I think Gohan and Bojack are still like the core of the team. You have the Blue Broly and Chilai, who have only been on one banner ever.
Yeah, they haven't been back yet, have they? So they're probably expected to be back.
They'll be back, so.
And then, I mean, you have Purple Cooler, who's good, but he's not like a core member of the team. Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't used this team in like legitimately like 5 months.
Right. They don't even have a unit with endurance at all, do they?
Nope, they do not.
Wait, what team? What team doesn't have endurance?
Movies.
Oh, movies? No, they don't.
Any endurance unit whatsoever. They got Bojack's OP cover change, so they don't really need too much more right there.
Yeah, by the way, it gets nullified by Vegeta Blue, so.
Yeah.
It's funny. I have not fought movies like at all. Like,
you guys know what you guys know what color this team needs?
What, red?
Yeah, they do need a red.
The movie's last red was Janemba, right?
Yep, and he's like kind of like a side unit.
He's more of a side unit than anything. Yeah, I mean, no, I was thinking regen for a second. Never mind. I was about to say Omega, but I'm like, wait, that's regen. That's not. It's definitely not movies.
Okay, let's go through the colors. Blue. I mean, they have Zenkai Broly and the Broly in Chile. I think they're pretty okay on blues right now. Green. I think they could use a new green. The best green on the team is it Green Gogeta? No, probably not. It's got to be green Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, who's like at this point he's almost a year old. So definitely a new green. Purple Bojack is there. Yellow Gohan is there, and then red. I mean Janemba. So honestly, red and green sound pretty good for movies. Assuming that both of those new characters are going to be mainly buffing the movies team. That's what the movies team needs the most: is a new green and a new red. I think that would fit the team well.
Well, Turles, if he's not buffing movies, what would he buff?
Saiyans? I don't know. That's it.
General Saiyans buff or movies. That's really it.
Let me go look at because the only other sparking Turles we have is the purple one. Let me just see what he's doing.
He's a color buffer.
Yeah, but I want to know what tags is he actually on? Where is he? I'll up here.
Because they don't really have any other than
whoa, hold on. He's on Powerful Opponent.
Oh, yeah, they could do that too. That makes sense. If they start buffing that tag and actually make it something, they could. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he's Powerful Opponent and then movies buff.
You know what I hope they do? I hope they give him assuming let's assume he's a strike character. What if they did strike attack and defense for Movie Saga, and then they also did I don't know, strike attack for Powerful Opponent? That'd be good.
That tag just needs to start coming together. Like they've introduced some characters for it. It's in its beginning stages. It's like the way Vegeta Family was like 6 months ago right now. So hopefully, because General Saiyans, I don't really know if they need a Turles right now.
Yeah, I mean, my bet would be movies as like the main team, and then it would be really nice if they just slid powerful opponent into there as well. Start building that team, because right now the only unit in the game that buffs that tag is Merge Zamasu.
Yeah, and he buffs it as like a secondary. It's like his main. He gives attack and defense, blah blah blah, and then a smaller portion as a third stat to powerful opponent, right?
Yeah, that's what I think they should do for that tag, because that tag is so massive, and like the characters that are on that tag, that they don't need characters double buffing that tag. I think just one buff as a secondary buff is good enough.
Yeah, and opponent, even though in most cases it will be, it's not even 100% restricted to only villains. So they could go real crazy with that tag should they decide to be pretty liberal with who they consider an opponent. Like obviously you'll see like Piccolo and Tien on there from like Dragon Ball Saga because they were opponents of Goku. Well, Piccolo was evil then, but obviously Vegeta. Characters that are generally good but had stages of evilness could be on there. So,
and then just Goku. I mean, Sun Family could use it. I mean, the whole team is just Goku. The Goku team.
Yeah, Sun Family is in bad straits right now. Like when you consider using it as an actual family team. If you just do raw Goku, that's a different story. But that's not the traditional Son family when you think of it. It's like Goku, Gohan, Goten. There is no meta for that right now at all.
Yeah, just the Goku team. And that's sort of, honestly, it's kind of what the Saiyan team is as well. It's just Goku. And then I guess you can throw some Vegetas on there as well. But Goku, Sun Family, we have Saiyans, and then movies. And that's pretty much the 3 tags that he could potentially be buffing, right?
Yeah, so he'll be like Bardock, basically, where he does like a double buff for Saiyans and then third buff for Bardock squad. But he'll be hopefully powerful opponent instead.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping he is the red one and Turles is green. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Goku is red, Turles is green. That's what I'm hoping for. Even though we did just get a green and a red in the Pikkon and Goku banner.
Who's right now? What's movie's best purple unit right now? Oh, Bojack still. Yeah.
Bojack, yeah.
And then Gohan's yellow. They could do another blue, couldn't they? Like they could use another blue.
Movies team?
Yeah.
I mean, they have Zenkai Broly, and then they have Broly and Chilai.
Yeah, that's true also. The Broly Chilai, I always see them more. Isn't it Frieza Force primary, and then they get movies at 6 stars for Broly Chilai? Or is it the other way around? Is it movies first and then Frieza Force at 6 stars?
I think it was
they start as Frieza
first,
Force and then get movies at 6 star, yeah. And it's only strike attack. It's only a single buff.
So yeah, red and blue and green would be like their best colors for movies.
Yeah, red, green, and maybe like blue. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've run them, so I don't know if this banner by itself is enough to. Either one or both of them is going to have to be extremely good to make you want to dust off the movies team right now. Is basically all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because even still, like, say they're both just, even if they're both pretty good, like pretty dang good, like the Red Goku, for example, he's pretty dang good. But just that by itself is not enough. Pretty dang good is not like the apex meta of Vegeta, Blue, and Kefla will not be toppled by pretty good.
This is a banner where they really have to not make the other featured units just god awful, right? I mean, to make people want to summon on this banner where Turles is your headlining unit, and obviously Goku's going to sell, but this is like the number 9 like Super Saiyan Goku we've gotten so far. But like in order to make people summon on this banner, you're going to have to make the other featured units on here at least somewhat attractive for people.
Yeah, like Pikkon's unattractive self had Majin 21 on his banner at least. Yeah. A good consolation prize.
I would be shocked if Broly and Chilai didn't return on this banner.
Yeah, because we just got finally the return of the yellow Vegito on that god awful yellow banner.
Yeah, I could see Broly and Chilai 100% returning on this banner because like they're not game breaking, they're not as good as Vegito, but they are, they're a unit that hasn't come back yet at all.
Well, they have a lot of interesting mechanics to them, especially the whole stealing the your Dragon Balls. So
yeah, they're definitely not bad. It's just like I don't understand. Like, where are they?
Yeah.
Well, like I say, Vegito just came back, so this is you're probably right. If this is another Legends Rising banner, it would be a great time to introduce him back because they've now cycled through everybody else. Is there any other units that haven't been back at all except for the Piccolo and LF Frieza step up units? Is that the
Raditz.
Yeah, Raditz and the blue supporting Goku, I don't think have been back.
Yeah, but basically the units on those two banners are the only units now at this point that haven't cycled back at all, at least once.
What about Red
so, yeah.
Bardock?
He's been back. He was back on the filler banner in the anniversary, like the Warrior or something. Yeah, I mean it wasn't a real banner; it was a filler one. But.
Okay, so
but the Piccolo Frieza banner units, well, they weren't on there as fillers, were they?
No, well Bardock was. He was on the Frieza banner, but for some reason Raditz wasn't, and the blue Goku wasn't either.
Huh. So yeah, we've gotten most things to come back. We need Broly, Chilai, Raditz.
Yeah, I just think the frequency is a little bit too low.
Especially with the LF units. I want to see the Frieza and the Piccolo come back right. They should have been on Anniversary somewhere.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I think they should have been on there too.
Oh, Goresh is waiting for that Frieza.
Why the hell was Red Gohan and...
Oh.
He's been on every banner ever? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, why? The GT banner at least had, Super Vegito and Namek Goku, but... Like, an LF Vegito was on the other one, that's good, but why the Red Gohan, man? That could have been Frieza or Piccolo, like...
I don't know. No explanation for that one.
The explanation for that one is right there with the Legends Limited Multi-Z powers.
Yeah, still in development. All right, well, I mean, we can go to questions, I guess, if no one else has anything else to add.
Well, I thought we were on questions already, kind of.
I haven't looked at them yet. We're just still kind of offhandedly
pulling them up right now. I mean, we haven't gotten any donations or anything. So the first question I have found that is Legends related that we haven't covered yet. 300 million download celebration, yada yada.
Quick, what issues with PvP would you like adjusted besides lag? Like, are there any other? I kind of mentioned mine already with the option to see the people's connection ahead of time with a yes/no disband. Like, if their ping is in the red, 0 bars, 1 bar, I'm just gonna dodge that fight and requeue with someone who's got green bars, or at the very least, like 3 yellow bars. Can't be doing the red bars. So that would be the one thing that I would change about PvP. Get it, just that last little bit so it's some more similar to Dragon Ball Fighters, and then we're good to go.
I would change the meta. That's it.
You don't like seeing all these Vegito blues and everything, man? You don't like that?
Yeah, I'm not a really big fan.
It's honestly a situation where if they were going to release a unit that was that strong, both banners should have had a unique one that boosted widely different teams, so you could have at least 2 super oppressive teams. So at least there'd be a little bit of variety. Like,
just a little bit.
So boring right now. Like, prime example, they could have done Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And I mean, that still would have been fusions, though. That's the problem. It's like, who would they have picked? They would have had to pick like Jiren or some.
Well, the biggest problem, in my opinion, is the fact that all the super characters are just like outclassing the GT characters, and it's like GT. Nobody cares about GT. Nobody uses the GT team. Yeah. The worst super character they released in the celebration is better than the best GT character. Like, where's the balance?
Yep.
Exactly. I could understand if maybe. What they should have done is both the GT characters, so Omega and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, they should have been better than Trunks and Zamasu, but then you obviously have Vegito Blue who's going to balance things out.
I agree with that.
That's what they should have done. They can't just make all the super characters like way better than the GT characters. It doesn't make any sense. No one's going to use a GT team. So,
all right.
Yeah, we're talking about GT still doesn't have a functional cover interrupt. Like all it has is Super 17, but that's not even a guaranteed interrupt.
Yep.
Like Fusions / Future, they have like 4 each. You fill every single slot with someone that can cover interrupts.
Yep. Pretty
Meanwhile,
much.
GT's like, hello, we exist. We don't do anything though. We'll paralyze you.
All right, I found a question on Twitter. Which do you think is better, the blue Vegeta or the blue Goku? I'm assuming that he's talking about the new ones.
Vegeta I like better, but they fulfill different roles really. Vegeta is more so, he's like a hybrid of an attacker and a support unit, whereas Goku is just a full blown on attacker pretty much.
Right.
So I think Vegeta's doing more overall. Goku's going to be doing more damage overall. He's more structured to be that like one man army type of unit, but Vegeta is like on the team with like Vegeta Blue. He's like basically just he's giving the best unit in the game more firepower, right?
Right.
So,
Okay.
And he does stupid stuff like
reduces
heals
switch
your
timer.
teammates when he dies, buffs their damage to, destroys Dragon Balls, which has to be used correctly. But when you do, like when you use that correctly, like there have been times where I know people have Rising Rush. Like the battle has just gone on too long for them to not have it. And you know how people always do that thing where they kill your character and then wait for your next character to come in, and as soon as you attack, then they'll dog you with Rising Rush to like kill 2 of your characters back to back. If you like strategically implant that Vegeta right there, like say they burn their Vanish, you know they're on their last character, they just use an ultimate arts, you implant the Vegeta there and destroy the Dragon Balls that you know they have, and then you can immediately have your character come in and attack knowing they have no Vanish and they don't have their Rising Rush. It's kind of like a very technical way to seal victories if you can manage to use it properly. Because some of it just depends on, you know, the enemy and when they've used their Rising Rush, but like under certain circumstances, it's a very powerful tool that can aid you. I don't know why Vegeta, like what is Vegeta's significance to the Dragon Balls? Like he, other than the Frieza saga, he has almost no interaction with them whatsoever, but they gave that to him instead of Goku. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. It works out.
All right, next Legends question. If Legends dropped a 1,000-day LF, what moment / character would you guys want it to be from?
1,000-day LF.
Yeah, is Legends coming up on 1,000 days soon?
It's not like soon, but it's like 200 days away or something.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh wow, we really almost there?
They're within 250 days of 1,000 days.
Okay. So we've got some time then. Okay.
Maybe like a Universal Spirit Bomb Kid Goku from GT.
I could see something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, maybe. What else? Let me just
It would have to be a very it would have to be almost like maybe an LF Goku and Kid Gohan combo support unit, or LL. Yeah, either way, limited legendary finish. Like a Legends limited combo unit of Goku and Vegeta or Goku and Gohan, something like that. I think that'd be cool.
All right. Next Legends question. Do you think the next step up bit character is going to be Omen UI Goku?
No, but I think he's coming for Christmas.
You think Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas sounds right.
I could see that, yeah.
Or Christmas / New Year's, because think about what we got last year. New Year's time is always going to be hype time for this game. Same thing with Dokkan. We got Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta last year. I would say UI Omen is on the similar level of hype to those two, two units.
Like they're sprinkling in the Tournament of Power units. There's not been a dedicated banner for them. You'll see Kefla showed up with Go Tanks, and Kale and Caulifla have been in the game for, well, it doesn't really specify which Kale and Caulifla that is, so they could be from before the tournament. But we got Rosie and Ribrianne, or Ribrianne came well before Rosie and Kakunza came out.
Yeah.
So they just they've been sprinkling them around. So it's about time for them to move in that direction. Or the next step up could be just straight up Dragon Ball Saga, which would be great.
Yeah, so I don't think the next step up is going to be that one, because we're going to definitely get another step up before New Year's, right? So the next step up, I don't know.
The next one should be Dragon Ball Saga. Or
I don't know if they would do it. Unfortunately, as much as I would like that, I don't know if they're ready to do like a full celebration around Dragon Ball Saga. I'm skeptical. Maybe I don't know. Like,
yeah,
what
that would have to
team
be
needs
like a dual
help?
step up where one of them is something hype enough to carry it, and then the second one is like a Dragon Ball banner with really good units on it or something.
Yeah. Like for New Year's, I think we're basically going to get UI Goku as the LF, and then maybe like a Jiren, not a full power Jiren, like just a normal like in his Pride Trooper outfit Jiren as
And,
like the
EX
normal
Toppo.
unit. Yeah, or like and like maybe like another Toppo or something. I don't know, something like that. I could see that being the New Year's hype thing that comes out.
We could see something like that. Yeah. Do you guys mind if we got one donation? Mind if I throw the question in?
Yeah.
So from Brian Z, he says, I think now would be the time for a Heroes collab. I'm up for Legends.
They could start that stuff now, but it would have to be the basic of basic stuff. Like they're not going to start Heroes and be like, "Oh, Super Saiyan 4 Zeno Goku, bam." No, I don't think they'd start quite like. They would start with like that Time Patroller Saiyan Man 3 and like the, I don't know, some of the more basic units, like kind of like how they did the GT, where they started with Rildo and base form GT Goku and stuff. Like they're not going to start with the crazy stuff. But yeah, if they wanted to do some introductory stuff with that, I wouldn't complain really. Like it's only a matter of time anyway, but they still have a good bit of actual source material to get through before they start going into the what if territory.
Well, it depends what they try to do with the Heroes big 10-year celebration coming up in November. So we'll have to see if maybe that's when they start introducing it, at least maybe. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, it'll definitely be like a slow bleed. They're not just gonna rip into the hero stuff and do like the end game units like Xeno Gogeta versus Super Saiyan 4, like Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. You know, they're not gonna be doing the crazy stuff straight out the gate, but that'll be cool because that's when we can start to get a really diverse team of like Super Saiyan 3s. Because we got like Super Saiyan 3 Future Trunks and Super Saiyan 3 Adult Gotenks and Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, stuff like that. So, you know, again, I'm not opposed to stuff like that just because it'll make for some hopefully more diverse and interesting metas compared to what we're looking at right now.
Goresh, any thoughts on that?
Definitely possible, right? I mean, Dokkan has Heroes collabs. I think there's a lot more to do in this game before we start getting that stuff. So I wouldn't say anytime soon, but you never know. Like they could just bring it out one day. Like again, we're getting the Heroes 10th anniversary this year, so potentially something in like November. But if they don't, I'm just gonna say this right now, if they don't do a collab this November, then I don't see them doing a collab at any point in the near future because that's the
Probably.
This year.
Yeah.
You said Heroes is having its 10th anniversary sometime in November?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, that is where they would start it off with. For sure. If they're going to do it this year at all, it would be probably a collab with that. Because you think like they did Majin 21 and they lined that up when Dragon Ball FighterZ was doing its DLC pack 3 or whatever, you know, announcing crazy stuff. They lined up Broly with the Broly movie. So if they're going to do Heroes, they'll line it up with probably some reason to go along with it. Or they'll just save it in their pocket for down in the future.
Probably. Yeah. We did get another donation saying some panic. They need to fix the exchange ticket units. I have a ton of them expiring in my gift box because I can't hold more than 1,500 and I don't need any of the units in the shop.
Oh, you can't hold more than 1,500 of those star tickets?
No, I had to exchange for 2 characters because I was capped twice.
Yep, I've done that before. Yeah,
Okay, so basically you just keep 1,000 on deck and then you're exchanging like the 15, like the extra 400 for one of the other characters. Is that what you're doing? In case they...
Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
what did I buy? I think I bought Super Saiyan 3 Goku once, and then I bought one of the other
Because you made a
characters
video on it, so.
Yeah, I
What
bought
did I
one of him
buy?
from there, and I bought the other one from the Super Chrono Crystals.
I forgot what I
Getting
bought.
ready for that Zenkai Awakening.
How long do you think it's gonna? They did Beerus, but how long do you think it's gonna be till the next Legends Limited unit gets a Zenkai?
Oh God.
I think it'll be this year.
Because of their 7-star requirement, they might not pump those out very often, comparatively speaking to the other one.
Yeah, I think it'll be this year. I think
Fuck
it'll
that
probably be Gohan
7-star
first.
limit.
Yeah, Gohan's the one who needs it.
Yeah,
He's got,
Gohan
like, some
needs
of the
it. Gohan definitely needs it.
art and animations, but he's almost useless right now.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not fun.
All right. I have officially gotten to the end of the Twitter questions. Not a lot of legends this week actually. So aside from everyone wanting to bash the game for like hours upon hours. So plus it didn't help that some of our guys had to cancel at the last second, which is just unfortunate, but they'll be back next week hopefully, guys. So any other things to hang out before you
I
know?
don't really want to sit here and clown on the game itself because, like I mentioned earlier, like the actual infrastructure, the UI is getting better and better as time goes on. It's just some of the greedier stuff they're doing is what's hurting it, in my opinion. Like the lack of money being spent on developing new game modes and more stuff to do in the game. That's really hurting it. They're very, very like tunnel vision style of meta and balancing. That's harmful. But you know, the way the game functions is just getting better and better.
Yeah.
It's just they need to do something about the meta and game modes. That's the most pressing thing on my mind. That and lag, but they've already admitted multiple times they're in over their head with lag. They don't even really know what to do. So
So, all right then. I believe that is it for the podcast thing, guys. So we were live for almost about 3 hours. So a little bit of a shorter one, I think, this week. But overall, it was a great chatting with all you guys. Guys, thank you for joining me in the podcast. And then obviously our viewers, thank you so much for joining us live. If you're watching this in either video format on YouTube, we are also going to be posting this on Spotify, Apple Music, and is that it?
Oh, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.
Right.
Anywhere you get your Google Podcasts, we'll have it there. So yeah, be on the lookout. It'll be a day or so. So give us a little time.
Yep, but definitely keep an eye out for that if you guys like to listen to these. If you're going to work or something on your phone or anything. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're all going to head out. Keep an eye out on our Twitter pages for when we decide who is going to host the next podcast. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you happen to be new, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.
See you guys.
later, everybody.